All right, it says I'm live. How's it going, guys? Happy Friday night. Happy freezing cold Friday night if you're from the northern half of the country, because it's like 31 degrees here and supposed to be breaking records in a couple days, but it's all good. I just got off the phone with the President of the United States. President Trump called. He's a big fan of the show. He watches, as you guys already know. And he saw that right off the bat, before the stream even started, that I already had a thumbs down. So he just called me up just to give his support. And basically what he said is, something like this. He said, "Sir, just calling to say that my people told me that you they say, probably have the best stream that there ever was. And even one that doesn't like you, he's a big fan. He is, quite frankly, probably the hugest fan that you've ever had. And the only reason he gives you a thumbs down is because he likes so much. He likes, quite frankly, probably more than anyone has ever liked before. And the only reason he gave you a thumbs down is because your stream is better than his stream. And quite frankly, he's a loser and you're huge." That's basically what he said, guys. So sorry I was just a couple minutes late, but had to talk to the president for a minute. And like I said, he's a big fan of the stream. So anyways, how the heck are you guys doing? Let's see who's in here tonight. We have Mateo. 2 thumbs ups to you too, man. Thanks for moderating, by the way. I know this is a tough crowd. My crowd, they're the toughest. They're the best. They're quite frankly probably better than any crowd there's ever been before. But I do appreciate you keeping the reins on these guys, especially that tactical review. Keep both eyes on that guy, okay, Mateo? But I appreciate you being a moderator. I don't think I thank you enough. M4 Johnny, what's happening, M4 Johnny? How you doing? Here we go. Shout out to M4 Johnny. Well, partial shout out. It's not really a modern M4 style, but I guess A2 Johnny tonight. Does that work for you, man? Hopefully. Let's see who else is in here. Tree Guy. What's happening, Tree Guy? You know what? I'm going to bring a chainsaw on set for you one of these times, man. I've got a nice little top handle over there you'd like. In fact, remind me during the break. I'm going to bring back a little chainsaw and see what Tree Guy thinks of it. Because, well, I think it's kind of self-explanatory. He's a tree guy, and I am to a point. So me and Tree Guy knows what's going on. Tactical review. How's it going, man? How you doing? Yeah, I said 9:30, but like I said a minute ago, you didn't know it at the time, but I had an important phone call. Let's see who else is here. Matt Morrison, what's happening, Matt? How you doing, man? Big Hunani, how do you say that? Big Hunani, how's it going, man? He's present, it says. See, Big Hanani's not quite sure what to think, because you know how people either vote aye or nay, but sometimes they just vote present. So we'll switch you to an aye here in a minute. Let's see here. Limbert Johnson, what's happening, Limbert? How you doing, man? The screen jumps on me sometimes. Jay Garcia, yes, it was completely huge. Yeah. What else? Who else have we got in here? Who else and what else do we have in here? That is the way to word it, isn't it? Andrew Gallagher. What's happening, Andrew? Beretta Man. Oh, geez. What did he open into, he says? I don't know, man. Beretta Man's gone by now, I think. He's the smart one, probably. Brastard762. How's it going, man? Hello. Scott Steves. What's happening? Let's see who else snuck in here. Oh, I guess Beretta Man's still here. Maybe he's smart. He knows when to hold them and when to fold them. Trust me. Josh Benware, what's happening? How you doing? He says Trump ad played when I clicked on this one. Oh yeah. Ribo009. Liberal Tears 2020. Sounds good to me. That'll be a good election if they're crying, won't it? Heck yeah, man. 2A till death. What's happening? I like that name. That's a good name, isn't it, guys? 2A till death. I like that. Cave Dave. What's happening, Cave Dave? Yeah, as opposed to what happened in Virginia. That sucks. So, yeah, you know, like most of my streams, it's hard for me to stay on topic. I like to keep track of what you guys are saying. And so if at any time you guys have any questions, I like to do this little questions back and forth, or, hey, man, what do you think about this or that? That's always fun. A couple of things I do want to talk about, though, and Matt Morrison just brought it up, you know, Bloomberg running for president. So we're going to talk a little bit about, what do you guys think about Trump 2020? We're going to talk about that in a minute. And there's a little bit to talk about there, right? Also, I got some different types of 9mm ammunition. Remember, I'm trying to find some weird 9mm ammo so I can take this G2C out and see how many different types of ammo we can get through it. Hopefully 100 different types. And that's going to be a fun range day. It's going to be out in the cold. I'm going to probably need someone to help me so I can sit there and keep track of loading each type of the ammo and magazines and all that. And speaking of which, look who showed up. How's it going, Rachel? How you doing? Maybe Rachel will come out and help me. Do you want to do that, Ray? Does that sound like fun? We'll go out there in the freezing cold with this gun. You can shoot it too. And we're going to have 100 different types of ammo and shoot 3 rounds of 100 different types of 9mm ammo through this one gun. So if there's anyone named Rachel in the crowd and they want to do that with me, let me know. Also, though, here's the thing. Like, okay, look. Don't tell Rachel I said this, guys. She would be my first choice anyways, but she happens to possibly be the only one that's close enough that could actually drive here. So she's kind of like my last-ditch effort, but at the same time, she's absolutely 100% my first choice too. So when she comes back in here, just tell her this. Look, Ray, T-Way EDU said you're his #1 choice. He'd love nothing more than to shoot with you no matter what. Don't tell her the part that she's probably my only chance of a helper. You guys got me, right? Because I do like the girl. I don't want to, you know, run her out of here or anything like that. So, okay. Who else popped in here tonight? Josh Benware. He said, I'm not the biggest Trump fan, but against Bloomberg, this is MAGA country. We're going to talk about that, man. And there is a lot to talk about. And I'm not trying to talk anyone into anything tonight, but there is some stuff we should talk about here because Trump hasn't really had our back in every regard. But let's face it, none of these idiots and losers in Washington have our back, do they? So let's talk about some preliminary stuff here. You know what I'm saying? There we go. I wanted to make sure that the lighting was catching me just right, because when I put my makeup on for these, I don't put too much on. I don't want that sheen in the light, but I don't want to look fake either, because, you know, I'm pretty legit. All right, let's see. Okay, Rachel's back. Okay, good. I'm glad you were gone for a second, because I said a few things about you, but it was all good, okay? She says, I'd love to help. I'd also like to be involved with whatever might happen with a chainsaw. Ooh. Okay. That doesn't sound good, actually. Did she hear me? Who else is in here that can help me? Tactical review. Did Rachel hear me say stuff about how she was kind of my last-ditch effort and stuff, and now she's mentioning a chainsaw? Why don't you guys figure this out? Because this young lady does actually live close enough here where she probably could come with that chainsaw. Yeah. Cave Dave, he says, I have that glow. Thank you very much. See, Cave Dave's got my back, okay? He knows. Who else popped in here? Raphael Davis. How's it going, buddy? Nice to see you, man. Oh, someone else said, yeah, he has that glow, you know, like, never mind. I can't read all that. Always down for a lesson. Well, I'm giving lessons right now on here, aren't I, guys? How to prepare for a live stream, how to get the absolute best lighting, the best possible presentation. You know, time and time again, when people watch my videos, they'll sometimes, you know, say, hey, man, it totally sucked. Other times they'll come in and say they like things about it. And by far, the number one thing that people have complimented me on and in my channel, and this has been pretty consistent, is you guys like the light blue, sky blue shirt. Now, I have about 4 or 5 of these and probably at least 6 or 7 of the gray ones, right? But there's something about the light blue one. Every time I wear it, I always get just the highest possible compliments. So I've realized that even if you're not, this is a good lesson to all of you, younger people out there, you new YouTubers just getting started. You can have bad content. You can not really necessarily have the look. You cannot really have the talk. You will succeed as long as you have an appealing sky blue shirt. So trying to help somebody out, guys. I'm just saying. Probably they said the best thing about my show is this shirt. We the People 2020. Oh, geez, Orion fixed your show prep. Who decorated your set? Well, I mean, that would be... I mean, look, there's lots of stuff. How many sets have you seen on a live stream, Orion, that have this much subject matter in the back where you can just kind of... It just puts your mind at ease, doesn't it? Ramon Nieves, I was hoping you'd show up, buddy. Just sent a package to your house a couple hours ago. And did you guys see my giveaway that I did yesterday? Ramon Nieves was one of the winners. Shojas, I don't see him in here right now. He was one of the winners. J-Dog and Dauntless Defense. So I got email correspondence from 2 of the guys. I already sent your stuff out to you. The other 2 need to get back to me. If not, I'll probably just give your stuff to Rachel. Even though she doesn't even have a G2C, but whatever. Ooh, Tactical Review still has pumpkin guts on his GoPro. That sounds like fun. Does that work good, brother, man? He says the CLP on his face cleans and makes my face shine. Gifts of the unworthy. Hey, you got the second half of your sentence right. CLP. How did you know, man? How did you know this is exactly what I used to get ready for this show? I mean, can't you just tell? It's true, guys. CLP. All right. So in the last stream, if you guys remember, I think it's still a good idea, but I said, hey, if any of you guys or all of you want to send me just like 3 rounds of random ammo, we can get up to 100 pretty easy. Well, Tactical Review sent me an email, and I appreciate it, dude, if you're sending it to me, but he let me know there's actually a bunch of hoops you have to go through to send ammo. I don't want anybody to have to spend $5 shipping or $10 shipping to send me 3 rounds of ammo. It was just meant to be fun, guys. We could all get together on a project together. So if it's a bunch of hoops and it's a bunch of rigmarole, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. I have talked to my buddy Matt that owns the local gun shop, and he says he does have quite a bit of mixed match 9 where someone will turn in a gun and it's still got a loaded mag or half a box or whatever that he can't sell. And then so on that, and I bought a few other types of 9 ammo. I'm going to show you guys in a second. So if someone wants to pitch in, that's awesome. I'll definitely give you a shout out. But this wasn't me trying to make you guys go through hoops. I just didn't realize how stupid it is just to send this. I literally thought you could just get a padded envelope, throw them in there, put $1 in postage on it and mail it. But if that's not the case, it's cool, guys. I'm still going to do the video. I'll figure it out. And any ammo that I come up short, Rachel said that she's going to pay for all that. So not a problem. All right. Who else popped in here? I know I saw somebody else. George McCormick. What's happening, George? Explicit. How's it going, man? Nice to see you. Yeah, like Mateo said, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys, because why not, right? It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. And look at that. This is actually hilarious. I had a thumbs down before this even started, right? I had the President of the United States on the phone. He's a good friend, as you know, friend of the channel. And he came on and said his spiel, and it's gone now. Jeez, oh, Pete. Or was that Rachel that did that? I'm not sure. Did you chase that troll out of here, Rachel? If you did, I do appreciate it. That redeems you a teeny bit for sending me those awfully aces you just sent me. Ugh. Why are you guys letting her get by with this? She's sending me these faces, okay? Come on, you guys are my boys. I don't care how cute she is, guys. This is my channel. Get in there and give this girl some crap, okay? She said thumbs downs are not allowed. You have to listen to her there, but give her some crap, guys. Don't let her get by with this. She's not nearly as nice as she looks. Trust me. Ooh, it's blackmail for the llama. All right, I better move the llama real quick, guys, and then we'll get on with the stream. We'll get on with the content. Okay? We almost match. I think, like, what do you guys think? The darker part on his, I think our fur almost matches. It's almost like we were, I don't know. Like me and this llama were made for each other. I like that look. That's pretty nice, isn't it? We almost match. What we do. I mean, it's true, isn't it? Beretta Man was like W. He meant to say WTF, but his keyboard stuck. No llamas. This is a G-rated show. No comment. No comment, Cave Dave. This is indeed a G-rated show, though. I'm very family friendly. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but like when I was younger, you know what I mean? Like in high school, I was always the guy that, you know, the girls would bring home to meet their parents, right? Because they always liked me. And that was to cover for their actual boyfriend, who was like a complete jerk. They'd bring me over and I'd pretend. So you guys know what I'm saying, right? I was always the one that the parents liked. All right, at least you're my friend, Rachel. That's better than you were a few minutes ago. That's nice. I appreciate it. Oh, Ninja Scout, where's the llama's rifle? Jeez, oh, Pete. Josh Benware, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard. No, I'm just trying to be modest. Actually, I was like going to all the hot chicks' houses in high school and proving to their parents how innocent I was before taking their daughter out to the back seat of the Firebird. That's how it really went down. But I'm trying to do the whole G-rated family-friendly thing. So just let me go with it, Benware. Okay, so Ninja Scout was in a message about a week ago, and he said, man, that llama needs to be armed. And I mean like heavily armed, because what if, and he did, he said, Rachel, you know, what if she comes back and tries to take it? And I said, dude, I've got the perfect freaking thing. So check this out. Huh? I think more like this looks better. Yeah. There's no way Ray's even stepping foot in this shop now. But she's right. It's true, guys. I am a pretty good dude. I'm not bad. If you're bored, by the way, Ray, I'm sure you're not this bored, but if you are, you can come on over. Start driving this way. You'll be here in 10 minutes, and you can sit right here next to me if you're that bored. If not, we'll hang out sometime next week. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. You approve. That's awesome. That's how llamas roll, Ninja said. Okay, so let's just see where we're at here. I can only read half comments because I am trying to keep this like 100% family friendly. You're in bed, but okay, hold on a minute. Ray's in bed, eating dinner, and have to work tomorrow. So yes, next week it is. See, that's how these streams have evolved, guys. We go from, and we are going to talk about the president in 1 minute. We're going to talk about ammo, but we go from llamas, AK-47 wielding llamas, to all of a sudden we've got completely and utterly gorgeous women laying in bed watching this stream. How many streams do you guys know of where girls lay in bed watching the stream? I'm just saying. I don't usually brag this much, guys, but I started off with thumbs downs before it even started, so why not? trying to be in a good mood. It would be fun, Cave Dave. Okay, here's the thing. Let's do some peer pressure, guys. And by the way, Soldiers, you're here, and we can really get started now. He was one of the winners, by the way, of the giveaway. So I hope you like the little mag loader, buddy. So Cave Dave started it. Let's put on some peer pressure. I just want a real quick vote. It's not going to be tonight, but maybe next Friday or the Friday after. Let's just say someday soon. Let's take a vote. Who would like to see Ray come into the shop and both of us sit here? She can have the right-hand side or the left, her choice. So it's totally up to you, Ray. How many of you guys would like to see Ray come in here and sit next to me and do a live stream? Now, there's two reasons I'm mentioning her. Well, actually, it's only one, but don't tell her this. She's probably the only one that's close enough to do it, and she would be absolutely the best one, too. And we would have the most fun, so. Okay, Explicit voted yes. I mean, she's absolutely the only person in the whole world, if everybody in the world lived in this neighborhood, that I would invite. But Raphael Davis said yes. Explicit said yes. Kyle H. What's happening, Kyle H? He gave a bunch of thumbs up, so he said yes. Yeah. I don't know, Rachel. Here's another one. There's another one. If two more people say yes, you're probably going to have to come hang out one time live. Rachel for the win. Oh, come on, Cave. Come on, buddy. No, 2A to you for the win, and Rachel for like second or third place. 2A to you, or 2A till death, yes. Mateo, yes. George McCormick, yes. Ooh, Limber Johnson, we got to know. Ooh. Yeah, but here's the thing. Tree Guy just gave 3 thumbs up, so that canceled out Limber. Beretta Man's a yes. Okay. You just won, Rachel, or you lost, depending on how you look at it. I can't believe we got to know. What's happening, Limber? Man, I was going to. All right, how about this? Limber, don't tell Ray, but I'll show you whatever gun you want if you'll change your vote to a yes. Ooh, Brastard said yes and no. Benware, just say yes. We're voting on whether Rachel, who's in the chat right now, will come and sit next to me during like next stream or the week after, sometime in the near future. So I can finally have a guest on here. Because if you guys go back from the beginning of time, I've never had anybody that was in here. Okay, Limbert changed it to a yes. So, all right, Rachel, it's a yes. And Limbert, tell me what gun you want to see. I think Brastard too, because he was, yeah. Mateo requests a flannel-clad appearance. Okay, hold on. I can handle that. Is that what you guys wanted to see? There we go. Any AK I've got, Limbert, definitely. And I put on the flannel just for Mateo, and then I finished reading his comment, and he actually said he requests a flannel-clad appearance for Rachel, not for me. All right, let me take this off. Okay, Josh Benwer, here's who Rachel is, okay, just so you know. She's probably the coolest, funniest, nicest, and meanest, and prettiest, and just the most darling person you've ever met. Now, just hold on. That's in the chat right now. That's actually within 5 miles of where I'm sitting. So, all those criteria, when you narrow it down, nobody has all those traits that she does. That's within 5 miles of me. So, that's who Rachel is, Benware. No, but in all honesty, she's actually one of my really good friends. Like, me and her, like, get along super well. We've done some videos in the past. It's been a little while because both of our lives have been crazy, like, stupid crazy, but yeah. I can step aside for the moment and Rachel can take over. Sweet. I'll be back in, like, just a few minutes. Can you do me a favor, sweetheart, and just rip on me for 5 minutes? I'm just going to go like somewhere else. And Cave Dave said you got it covered. No, Ray knows I know her better than that. I did say the nicest and the meanest all in one. Explicit, you're not even close to probably what, like a couple thousand miles away from here? I should have her hydro dip one of my guns. I don't think I'm set up to do hydro dipping. I do have some Cosmoline in the back, though. Oh, you want us to skinny dip with the guns. Okay, I got you now. I don't know. It's getting pretty cold out here. All the water's pretty much frozen. Cincinnati, Ohio? I know there's at least one Michigan person in here tonight. Oh, at least two. Kyle H. He's east of Flint. Ooh. It might be me and Kyle sitting here, Ray. If you don't get your act together, little girl, it's just going to be me and Kyle hanging here. What do you think about that? So just as in Grand Rapids. All right. Enough ripping on one person for the night. So I was trying to pick up some weird random ammo, I said, for the 9mm. You guys ever mess with this stuff before? I bought a box of the Winchester USA Forged 9mm. I've not actually heard the best stuff about this, to be honest. I saw a few reviews about it, and people said, well, it's like really dirty ammunition, and it's this and that, but I don't know. The price was right on it. And people said, you know, I don't know. But it was cheap, and it's just another variety of ammo. It's just a steel-cased ammo, so, grab some of that up. First time I ever bought this stuff. I've never shot it before. Also grab some of this. I think I showed you guys this last week, maybe. This is the Aguila, Spanish for eagle. 9mm plus P, 115 grains. So this is a pretty cheap, you know, plus pressure 9mm. And this is kind of a unique ammo too. Tell me if you guys have ever even heard of this. I literally just randomly found this. This is 117 grain, 9mm JHP by Aguila. What do you guys think? 9mm, 117 grain, jacketed hollow point. Kind of weird, isn't it? So I grabbed a box. The price wasn't too bad. I wouldn't say cheap, but like, I want to say $13 for 50 rounds. So I grabbed this up just because I'm always looking for something new, you know? Josh Benwer saying my Glock ate about 12,000 rounds of that. No problem. My CZ didn't like it as much. Stuck case, USA Forged. And I love steel cased ammo for those of you guys that have been following the channel. I'm a huge fan because I'm not rich and I like to shoot a lot. So, but my steel cased ammo is normally something like this, like a, you know, maybe a Tula or a Wolf, you know, the Russian made stuff, right? So this is my first time messing around with a USA made steel case, right? So I grabbed some of that just to test it out. And then here's the thing with this. I'm not even really sure what to think of this, right? But we've got PPU, which PPU is great ammo. Don't get me wrong. But they're actually marketing this now as if it's a defensive ammunition. So this is called their defense line. This is a jacketed hollow point, 147 grain, which sounds good. The only thing is, this was like $12.50 for 50 rounds. Well, hey, I'm not complaining about ammo being cheap, but let's just kind of do the math here, right? $12.50 for 50 rounds of defensive ammo? I don't know. I'm not knocking it either. I literally just don't know. Maybe we're all getting ripped off on our self-defense ammo, or maybe this stuff isn't going to perform well. What do you guys think? Let me know if you guys have heard of this. This PPU 147 grain defensive ammunition that's like really, really cheap. Okay, Rachel likes Kyle H more than me. That's fine. I get it. I get it. Even though I'm nicer. Kyle H is nicer looking. So there you guys go. Kyle H for the win tonight. Let's glow in the dark hydro dip my entire shop. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know about that. Only if you're going to clean it up when we're done. You think you're literally going to be able to clean this? What the heck is this, guys? Hold on. We're going to talk about ammo in 1 second. What's happening, BEM Freedom? Chuck Furman. How's it going, Chuck? Who else is in here? If I miss somebody, just say hi to me. Hold on. I just got a text that came in, guys. Hold on. Give me a break. Rachel said everybody in this whole stream is better looking than me. All right. Especially Kyle H. Ooh. All right. Ivankli, how's it going? Can I make a comparison between the G3? Okay, I got a G3 right here, and the Rex Delta gun and compact Rex 01. I'd love to, but I don't have a Rex 0. So that would be the only problem with that. But if I did, I'd do it for you. Kyle's like, oh, stop. Tannerite. I've been known to have some Tannerite around here and there. Chuck Furman, have I ever used Plus P in the G2C? Yes, I have. Yep. And I'm literally going to run, for those of you that are just joining, I talked about it last week. It's going to take me a little bit of time to work this up and wait until I have a helper at the range just to keep track of all this. Someone that's more organized than me. I want to run 100 different types of ammo through this gun in one sitting. So at least 3 rounds, maybe 4 or 5, whatever. But let's just say 3, just so to all day. 3 rounds of 100 different types of 9mm ammo, one sitting. So that's what I'm kind of working on right now. Do I own an Origin 12 shotgun? See, this is what I keep telling my wife, guys. She's always like, don't you have all the guns that already exist? Like, there couldn't be another gun. Like, is there one gun that exists that you don't have? I'm like, yeah, maybe. So as many guns as I have, everyone's asking for guns I absolutely do not have tonight. I do not have an Origin 12. But I have a Lynx 12 right over there. And I have like many 12 gauge shotguns, but not an Origin 12. I can't afford an Origin 12, probably. Scott Chrysler, what's happening, Scott? Did you guys... yeah, tactical review. Good luck with that. He actually laughed out loud. Gamble time. What's happening, Gamble time? So does the G3 work with the APLC or the APL Enforce? Those are lights, right? So if they're... I don't have either of those lights, man. But if they're Picatinny, you know, standard 1913 Picatinny, they should definitely work with this because this has more of a full-size dust cover and front rail. Maybe someone else in the chat can help Gamble time out because I did a light video yesterday, but I don't have a lot of weapons lights, guys. So I was just kind of showing you a couple that worked on here, and those 2 that I had just don't work on the G2C. So whatever, right? Vanessa Kitty, what's happening, Vanessa? How you doing? Maybe Vanessa Kitty knows about the APL light or tactical review. One of you guys know. Tactical review knows about it a little bit, and they should fit. It sounds like cool. Ivankli, Arex will be opening a factory here in Brazil. I see a lot of compliments from Rex 01. I believe they're really good guns, actually. And does that mean they'll be coming down in price some since they're expanding their factories? I don't know. I think Mateo knows quite a bit about Arex. Maybe he can help you a little bit there. Ivankli. I keep on wanting to call you Ivanka. That's bad, though, isn't it? I mean it as a compliment, though, but I really actually do. Ooh, Raphael's bought stuff. Wait, I shouldn't say it out loud. Is your wife listening, man? Never mind. Anytime someone says their wife, I just need to read it silently because sometimes they're sitting there on their phone looking at it. And if I blurt it out really loud, they can hear. Because have you guys ever noticed that about women? Their hearing can be the worst in the world or like better than perfect. And it just totally depends on whether they want it to be or not. Yeah. Oh, Raphael's got headphones. Okay. So Raphael just bought a gun the other day that his wife doesn't know about yet. So don't tell her, guys. Good to see you too, Scott. Yeah, your secret's safe here, Raphael. I mean, it's only the internet. It's not like, you know, potentially anyone in the world could see this. So we're all good. Chuck Kaplan, how's it going, man? Did I say hi to you yet? If not, I'm sorry, man. They have selective hearing, he says. Yeah. Just a little bit. So Vanessa Kitty, I already know what game she plays with her old man. I couldn't hear you, honey. The hearing aid was off. And then when he thinks it's off, she secretly slips it on. Busted. I heard everything you said. Am I kind of close? Am I kind of close, Vanessa? Just a little bit. No, I've known people really, really mess with their better half that have hearing aids. Oh boy, Beretta, you must be a Demo Ranch fan. Demo Ranch, never heard of him, by the way. Good budget shotgun, the Maverick 88. Not bad, not bad. That's kind of a a lower line Mossberg 500. I'll tell you what, I got a steal on this shotgun. I don't know if they're gonna have them for this price again, but this was only like $300, guys. Semi-auto, AK platform, 12 gauge. Made in the fabulous People's Republic of China. It's actually kind of cool. Chrome line barrel. So it's hard to find a AK pattern shotgun for $300. I'll just say that. I don't know. If you're talking just a good budget shotgun and it's your only one, maybe I'd recommend a pump action. I've always been a Remington 870 fan, but I bought my Remington back in the day. And then like my dad with his Remington, he bought that like back in the day. Freedom Groups owned them for a while. Quality Control, I don't know if it's a good idea to recommend a Remington nowadays or not. But, I've had my Remington 870 since the 90s, and it's been a great gun. My dad's had his since probably 70s, early 80s-ish, something like that. Been a great gun. So, I don't know. It sucks when some of these gun companies have been tried and true for like 150 years, and now you have to kind of waver on them because they just let themselves go to crap so much, right? Let's see here. Too much feedback with the hearing aid, huh? Too much noise? Oh, Cave Dave, what's wrong with you, man? Yeah, I think you screwed up just a little bit. You might be a complete idiot, actually. Oh, boy. Did he screw up, he says. That's hilarious. Thanks, Dave. I needed that one. Links are currently $450. All right. They might go on sale again, though. I mean, these were like $450 or $500 before they went on that little flash sale, because this was the so-called upgraded, nickeled or satin chrome bolt and carrier. Yeah, Vanessa Kitty. Dave's like, yeah, right. Scott Chrysler, Power Shuttle 308. I like 308. Here, let me put this thing down. .308 7.62 NATO. That's a nice cartridge. So I'll have this girl keep me company for a minute while we're on the 308 kick here. Sound good? What about the Shockwave? I don't have a Shockwave, Chuck. I don't know. It's a cool concept. It really is, especially with a brace. I'm kind of liking it. I don't know about one of the Shockwaves. It's just that little bird's head grip. Yeah, maybe. But with a brace, it's actually pretty freaking cool, isn't it? That's as long as the government doesn't decide to do anything with braces, which I'm not going to jinx it, but there's been a lot of whispers lately. There really have been. Wrong question for the group, he says, but does nice. Let's see here. What are we talking about? Oh, your favorite FAL variant. Yeah, I don't have a lot of FALs, guys, but this is my favorite one. And it's obviously my favorite one because it's the only FAL I have, actually. But I do like it. I do like the Israeli. DSA did a pretty good job, too. And as soon as I get like 5 minutes, I definitely want to do a video on this gun. I just wanted to have some shooting footage for it. But I can just do a tabletop, like I do review of it. I probably should do that first, then I'll go out and do some shooting. Because if I keep, putting it off, I guess this gun could die of old age and I still won't have a review, right? Oh, it's freezing outside. BEM Freedom wants to shoot it. Man, I'm still trying to finish up, some lawns right now. It's not supposed to be right now here in Michigan, is it? Freaking insane. But yeah, I want to have like a 308 day. I want to take this out, take the Century Satmes, because everyone's still talking about those quite a bit. The Satme C's. I have a couple of those I'd like to take out and shoot. Probably bring my PTR 91 out. Maybe like a 308 AK or something. BM 59. That'd be fun, just to take like 10 308s out and just kind of shoot them all one after another, Did any of you guys catch that BM 59 video? If so, what do you guys think of the BM 59? That's a pretty cool gun, isn't it? I don't have it with me today. I took it back home after the video I recorded the other day. Does a Glock 33 round mag fit the G2C? No, it does not. Nope. The G2Cs do not take Glock mags. There is a Pro Mag that I actually have some footage of. I need to publish. I keep on forgetting to. I've had mixed results with this Pro Mag in the G2C. Not a complete bust, but not everything I would hope for. But then again, it's a Pro Mag, so my hopes really weren't too high either. Yeah, the C308s have always been pretty cheap. See, there was a time when they were literally dumping the C308s just a couple years ago. And that's when I bought mine. There was a time where they were, I want to say, maybe, let's see, what was it? About $450. And then they had a $100 mail-in rebate. So after the rebate, they were $350. So that's when I decided to grab up a couple of the C308s just because they're pretty cool. I mean, they're real similar to like a G3. Little do people realize the Spanish, actually started off with the Setme first, and then it went to Germany. So the Setme / Spanish gun is actually the original one. Whereas the famous G3, which became the HK91 for U.S. import, that's actually basically the clone / copy of the Spanish Setme. And from what I understand, it has something to do with as simply as this. After World War II was over, many of the engineers, that worked for the Third Reich were disbanded, were hiding and running away, didn't want to get captured, weren't allowed to. And then other ones that weren't necessarily in trouble weren't allowed to develop arms anymore from Germany, right? Because there was a big treaty and an armistice. So they went over to Spain, congregated there, and basically started working on their next German rifle. So, yes, it was started in Spain, but it wasn't without the help of the, Germans that had been previously working on weapons in World War II. I'm leaving a lot of holes in that story, but that's kind of sort of the gist of it. So it's not really a big coincidence that, the Setme C and the G3 HK, that they're very, very similar guns. Good night, Chuck. Chuck's an early bird tomorrow, 4 a.m. Yeah, I kind of like doing my streams a little later. It sucks, though, because some of you guys have to go to bed early. But to be honest, there's channels that are like 50 times bigger than mine that stream up until around 9 o'clock or so on Fridays. And look, out of respect for those guys, too, and I'm a fan of those channels. I like to watch their stuff myself. So I don't want to be streaming over other guys unless I have to. So, yeah. Steven Richards, what's happening? Nice to see you. Scott says Glock Wolf Spring for 32 rounds for the G2C. I don't know. I'm not sure if the Glock Spring would. I'm not sure if any of the Glock Spring is Pro Mag. I've had this Pro Mag work, don't get me wrong, but it hasn't been perfect, okay? And I've had Pro Mags in the past for various guns that weren't always the best, you know? Dauntless Defense, what's happening, Dauntless? Cole, how's it going, Cole? Two of my favorite people just popped in, Patreon supporters. I absolutely love you guys, by the way. I really do appreciate it. Dauntless Defense, you might want to watch that video I put out yesterday, mister. Uh-huh. I think your name's on my little list here, buddy. Did you watch my video yesterday? Scott Chrysler says I was putting it nice saying the Pro Mag works. No, they are what they are. Yeah, Dauntless Defense. You probably want to watch my video yesterday, buddy. No, we don't really roll that way, Steven. Not here we don't anyways. That must be that other guy's stream. Let's see here. Dauntless watched. Well, I'm waiting for an email from you, buddy. Maybe you already sent me an email since I started the stream. I don't know for sure. Casey Smith, how's it going? Okay, yes, there have been thoughts about threading. Let me go put this over here, by the way, guys. For those of you just joining, this is the Israeli Afen FAL. We were just talking about some 308s earlier. A couple of the guys said I like 308, and we were talking about Spanish Satnys and all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, I need to put out a video because one of my viewers was really nice and sent me a chart and stuff. So those of you that watch my past Taurus videos, you'll see I have a video where I'm literally showing you this Taurus G3 barrel in the G2C. Just racking the slide. It fits, right? Then I took it out and actually shot it with complete success with the 4-inch G3 barrel in my G2C. Now, can we thread it? That's what people are wondering. I'm not sure, guys. I want to give an answer, but I'm not a machinist or anything, but there's certain specs out there that you can look at that all your different muzzle device companies kind of say, like the barrel has to be a certain thickness. I'll give you guys a little teaser. I'm going to guess no, but I am going to put a video out showing you some of the measurements on this, as well as some shots from a chart that I have that shows the different sizes. And I'm thinking maybe the answer is probably not, but I don't really want to give gunsmithing advice either. But I am going to do that video very soon, showing you guys a measurement, showing you what the generally accepted best practices are for threading barrels. And it's a little bit on the, probably on the gray area / shallow side. So I hope that answers your question. And I'm kind of being a little bit wishy-washy about my answer because I don't want to, like, look, I'm not a gunsmith, guys. And I don't want to be like that authoritative guy that we all hate on YouTube that's like, you can do this because I said so. Or you can't do this because I said so. It's not looking good. Okay? But at the same time, I'm going to do a video on it. You know what I'm saying? Really, really, really wish you could thread this, though, because I was kind of excited about the, the concept of having that longer barrel in the G2C. Like 4 inches has quite a bit better terminal ballistics than 3.2. And I think that's exactly why Casey's wondering and why many of you guys are wondering, right? So, yeah. And it looks like Mateo just shared that document. I believe I'm going to click on it here just to make sure. Yes, this is the document that he actually shared with me that I'm going to share with you guys. And this is from Advanced Armament Corporation, AAC. And they're giving specific measurements on how big the bore has to be able to thread it. And I'm thinking no. Dauntless says, we'll forgive you even if you're wrong. Now, I know you guys will. You guys are the freaking best. It's not that I'm worried about looking dumb. I just don't want to give you guys any technical advice till I have all the numbers lined up just to make sure. Because I've got my calipers over there. I've got the chart. And it's not going to be a slam dunk, unfortunately. I don't know if Taurus did that just to be a little bit cheap. A little bit less steel, raw material. I don't know. Did they do it because they don't want us to thread these barrels? I don't freaking know. Paul's here. How's it going? Paul Gonzi. Raphael's like, we're going to find out. Yeah. Tactical review. Well, the bushing on it. Gotcha. Then Mateo comes back and says, well, not a bad idea, but you can't remove the barrel from the slide. But still maybe not a bad idea. There's always a trade-off with something with guns, isn't there? There's no free lunch, as the saying goes. It's always that whole 6 of one, half dozen of the other, plus and minus. But yeah, heck yeah, man, I've thought about it. No doubt at all. Let's see here. Dauntless Defense. Have you sent me an email yet or what, buddy? Actually, you know what? You're a Patreon supporter. I already have your address. Since Dauntless already watched it, I didn't want to, ruin the excitement for him. But Dauntless was one of the winners of my my Bloody Wheels giveaway. I've already mailed out the 2 mag loaders to Sojas and Ramon. And I still have the 2 grip sleeves. And we've got Dauntless Defense and J-Dog 93, I think it was. So, congratulations, guys. That was nice of Bloody Wheels. It really was. Uh-oh. How'd they let this guy in here? Jeremy Wilson. What's happening, Jeremy? How's it going, man? He's another new Patreon supporter. Thanks a lot, buddy. I really appreciate it. You definitely didn't have to, but that's awesome, man. None of you guys have to do anything, but I appreciate all you guys that donate, that watch, that like, that share, hang out in the streams. You guys are all pretty freaking cool, if you ask me. Even Orion Fixer. He's not bad either, is he? The Aero Survival Rifle. Into that company right now a little bit, just so you guys know. I'm sorry, guys. I just got distracted looking at the thing here. All right, so what we're going to talk about here in 5 minutes, I'm going to go take a quick break. I'm thirsty, and I've been on almost an hour, actually. I want to talk about Trump in a little bit. Are you guys in the mood to do that? I kind of think it's time we all kind of get together and start, hashing some of this out, because in many ways, I'm not happy as far as gun rights goes. In many ways, I am happy. I've heard some rumors that might be a little good, but he's done some things that are pretty bad. But Mayor Bloomberg just entered the race, and whereas the Democrats were competing to see who would be the worst, and all of them are sliding in the polls, all of them are. Not like they're all sliding, but one's rising. They were all sliding. Now this guy comes in here. He's been a Republican in the past. He's going to go towards the middle. I'm not saying I'm afraid of him, but we might start wanting to think about this election coming up here, guys, because nothing's going to affect our gun rights probably more than this coming up 2020 election. And there is no clear cut. If we vote for this candidate, we're 100% sure on our guns. That candidate's not going to be on the ballot because, look, I'm not bashing him in all regards, but I don't know how we can be sure of this one. And we can be sure of all the other ones that are going to be running on the Democrat side that they're going to try to confiscate every last one. So I want to talk about Trump a little bit, and you guys start thinking about it. Try not to get in too bad of a mood, but start thinking about this, guys. What are we going to be doing here for 2020? Okay? I've got this hat here. It's not on my head right this second, but I do want to talk about it. I really do. And there's nothing I'm going to try to talk you guys into, but I'm just looking to kind of get the feel of where you guys are at. He's done a couple bad things against the Second Amendment. Could have he been a lot worse? Yeah. Will anybody he's running against be worse? I'm trying to think on those kinds of lines. And I think we know the other ones are probably going to be worse. So I'll be back in just like 5 minutes, guys. So hang tight and we'll try to have a little chat because this completely sucks. But we got to do something, guys. Because like Raphael said, I'm not giving mine up either. And I'd much, much, much rather fight at the ballot box than out in the streets. So how's it going, Richard? Here's nice to see you, man. You came just in time for my 5-minute break. So I will be right back, guys. See you in a second. All right, I got good news for you guys. I'm going to go over and eat dinner with Rachel right now, and I'm going to run the stream from my cell phone. So you guys can enjoy the much loved background and all right, I'm back. Did you guys think I was serious? Come on, I wouldn't ditch her. Come on now. Limber Johnson, you still around? I promise to show you an AK to change your vote. We're going to talk about Trump in like 2 minutes, guys. But I didn't want to leave Limbert Johnson hanging. Any of you guys have one of these? We can actually do a little test on a new product I got. A sneak peek at a future video I'm doing. I like to do that on my streams, by the way. You guys are kind of my closest buds, you know, so I like to show stuff that's going to be coming up in upcoming videos. A little bit ahead of time, sneak preview. This is what you call a flamethrower. Or as some of the people in the hood call it, a ghetto blaster. Look at this thing. It's got a flash hider on it, but don't let that fool you. It might hide the flash a little bit, but it doesn't hide like the 3-foot fireball that comes out of the end of it. Speaking of which, I got some cheap mags to show you guys. And we'll use this little micro Draco. For those of you that aren't familiar, this is the Romanian micro Draco. This gun's all made in Romania. Imported by Century, but since this is a pistol, it didn't have to undergo any of the 922R compliance transformation that our rifles do. So in this case, everything on here is original Comblock stuff made in the Kugera factory in Romania, right? So this is truly an import, down to every last piece. And you can always tell the difference, even on like these pistol grips. It's black, but it's not really the plastic. Like with the Century used the soft plastic. This is the real, like, you know, phenolic resin type. Some people call it Bakelite, but do I have a Chinese AK available? I might happen to have one back there right now. Yeah. But do you guys remember these? Classic was selling them cheap. And by the way, just to put it bluntly, false advertising. They were saying these are the radon mags. Circle 11 radon mags, which is just not true, like period. But they are made in Poland, Pioneer in the town of Radom, but these aren't truly Circle 11 factory radon mags. Well, these are the ones that they've been selling over the last couple years. I picked these up when they were on sale for like $4 or $5 like a year ago, right? So these are like kind of a little bit older gen waffle mags. The ones that Classic was blowing out on the deal of the week, right? And I'm not even a big fan of these mags, but I just bought them just because they were cheap to do a little testing with for the channel. You'll notice these have kind of a little bit glossier type polymer on them. Okay. Let's see if it fits this micro Draco. Barely. Really, really tight fit, but it does barely fit. Doesn't look too bad, I suppose. Had to sit there and push it down against my leg to get it out. Tight fit. Well, there's a recent batch they got in about maybe a month and a half ago now. It's been forever ago, and I bought a couple of them when they were on sale for $4 again. These are their Gen 2s. Now, I just got these the other day. Somehow it took them like a month and a half to 2 months to ship me a couple mags, but here's the little bit older ones. Okay. Here's the new one. So we're going to right away notice, I don't know how good the light's picking it up, but the new ones are a much more matte plastic. Definitely a different type of polymer. Can you guys see the upper one? The older one has much more sheen to it than the one below it. That's one difference. Now, if we look on the spine on the back of it, we're going to see that the Gen 2 or whatever they're calling it now Does have sight holes for 10 rounds, 20 rounds, and 30 rounds. We're going to notice the back here is definitely different. Where the spine meets the floor plate, there's a hump on the first gen, where these come down a lot more streamlined, more of a typical shape. The followers are definitely a different shape. If you look at the actual shape of the offset, you know, molded bullet in there. Definitely changed that. So these are truly a newer mag. I mean, that's for sure. They've made enough changes on them. Let's look at the rear locking lug, the lockup interface here. Definitely going to see a big difference there. Look at the Gen 2, how much longer the slope is that leads up to the lug, where it's just a little bit, you know, a little small little piece here. So we've definitely got differences there. Even on the front, where it locks up into the front portion, we're going to see a much larger cutout. Let me see if I can get the light to... Okay. A much larger cutout on this Gen 1 than the Gen 2. So we've definitely got some differences here, guys, for sure. Now, I was messing around with one of my Wassers back there just yesterday. I couldn't get the Gen 2 to fit. So let's see if it fits this Draco. Now, the reason I mentioned that this is a factory imported gun that didn't have to go through 922R is this. A lot of our rifles come in as sporters, barreled sporter actions, and then here stateside, they open up the mag wall from a single stack to a double stack. And that's to get around the original George Bush, you know, foreign assault rifles ban, military style rifle ban, whatever you want to call it. Basically, jackboot gun control from the Republicans, unfortunately. But they come in single stack and they widen them out. Now this, since it's a pistol, came with a factory mag well. So this is an original factory mag well from Romania. It was not messed with by Century. So there can be some variance in any AK, but let's just say this is probably a lot more true to a proper spec mag well opening than something Century fooled around with. You guys know what I'm saying. So let's see if this new Gen 2 will fit in here. And it does, but it doesn't quite want to latch. So it's in there, but the mag release here has not completely caught. And I'm kind of in limbo right now where I can't get it to snap in and I can't really get it to release either. And it's really locked up right now, guys. So definitely going to need to do a little bit of filing on this. Just trying to look for signs of where it's actually wearing at here. Can't really tell yet. But yeah, requires a little fitting. But these are $4 mags. I don't really think anybody thinks these are the best mags. So I'm going to mess around with them a little bit. Just see what happens. They were cheap enough. A lot of people like cheap stuff. And they say, hey, man, look, I know it's not going to be a go-to-war mag or home defense mag. But maybe they're cool for the range. So I'm going to take these out and see if it'll, you know, function at all. See if these are even worth the $4. I don't know. Maybe they're worth $20. They're the best thing ever. Probably not, but maybe. Trying to find a gun this will actually fit in. Guess I can kind of hold it in place a little bit here. Does not appear to be having a bolt hole open follower. Someone's talking about the KS-47. Let's check that out. Somebody else was asking me a minute ago, too, if I have any Palmetto guns. And yes, I do have Palmetto guns for sure. So, I don't know if Limbert's still here or not, but he requested an AK. And if he's not here, I'm sure there's someone else in here that always likes to see a cool little AK. So, figured I'd bring this one out. Oh, before I grab the KS, somebody said something about a slab side mag. Here's a slab side Russian mag. Old school milled AK-47, if you will. Definitely one of the older Russian mags. This is an Azovsk. So I thought I read slab side out of the corner of my eyes. So there's that for whoever likes those. One of these is loaded. We'll play with the unloaded ones. KS. I know there's a KS around here somewhere. There has to be. There we go. KS 47. So basically an AK-AR hybrid by Palmetto State Armory, right? Here's the older, glossy, Dauntless Defense, deep from the bowels of the warehouse library. I love you, man. You're always cracking me up, dude. Okay, so here's the first gen Glossier style. Clicks right into place. Seems to fit really well, actually. I think Mateo said this, before that he likes these in his KS. They just seem to fit perfect and look pretty good too, right? All right, here's the new ones, the Gen 2 or whatever they're called. Ooh, it's not even fitting in the KS. So this rear locking tab here, it's definitely going to need a little bit of massaging because it's really not even properly locking up in here at all, guys. I mean, it's locking, but it's not. It's like half locking. You guys see what I'm saying? And it's really difficult to get out. So it's going to need a little bit of work with a file. And I can see right where it needs relieved, right where I thought it would be. It just took a couple times so I could get some witness marks. But yeah, a little bit needs relieved off of this portion. You can see where it's making a few little small gouges already there. That should do the trick. A little massaging of that area. Can't say I'm impressed, but they were $4. Did anyone else buy any of these recently? Or are you excited about them? Looks like we're catching here quite a bit too. Look at that. Just notice that. Can you guys see all that scratching that's already occurring right there on the top? This camera does not like picking up on black polymer. It's like the worst color for it to... There we go, right there. Yeah, so apparently this area is a little bit out of spec too. That's interesting. Not really had to file my AK mags in this area quite so much over the years, but it's on both sides equally. So yeah, that may be where I'm running into some of my trouble right there, actually. Look at that. Wow. I'll mess around with one of these and get it to fit and see. The new one definitely weighs less than the older first gen too. I can physically feel the difference. This mag, it's nice because it's light. Less weight on your gear, but geez, this is almost like a little bit scary light, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe it's not light at all, and I just don't realize my own strength, and everything feels light. I don't know. It's hard to have that problem, always being the strongest one. Jeremy Wilson knows what I'm talking about. He has that same problem too. But yeah, Palmetto State Armory. Definitely like those. They're not bad for the money. Radom guy, just stopping by to say hello before he gets some rest. Have a fun live chat. Thanks, man. Do you have 2 seconds, Radom guy? I'll show you a gun real quick if you've got 2 seconds. Let me know if you're still. 2A till death is talking about some Bulgarian slab sides. Okay, yep, those are cool too. Give me 1 second, Radom guy. I'm going to show you a gun that was made at the Circle 11 factory because I obviously am a fan. I remember I was talking about the Bullish machine pistol. This particular one was made in Circle 11, 1971. I just had it focused too, and then I had to move it. And it messed it all up. But yeah, you familiar with these, Radom guy? This gun, by the way, and I know I've told you guys this before, but this thing is so cool to shoot. It's like a totally unique shooting experience. There's just something about the long slide, the big trough here, which acts as the muzzle brake, and the racking / cocking device. This thing is super smooth. Like when you shoot it, it doesn't really have any recoil at all. Chambered in 9x18, 9mm Makarov. And the whole slide just feels like it's moving in slow motion, like this long, smooth, like it's just really, really weird how smooth this pistol actually is. And of course, you can take a hard surface and push it up against it and rack the pistol just like this. Yeah, I know I'm pointing it in my hand, guys, but I've already safety checked this gun. But yeah, these guns are just really, really, really freaking cool. And Radom Guy is very familiar. Of course you are. You wouldn't have the name Radom Guy if you weren't, right? But yeah, these were, recreated in the town of Radom, Poland by a different company. I would note Inner Arms, this is Inner Arms / Pioneer. So it says Inner Arms here. And then it says Pioneer Arms Corp here. Okay. Now, both of these are modern day companies located in the town of Radom, Poland, but not to be confused with the actual Circle 11 military arsenal in the town of Radom, Poland. All right, go to bed, man. I don't want to keep you up. I just thought I'd show you this real quick because I remember it was, a week or two ago, we were talking in the comments about some of the cool Radom stuff. You better get that one pistol we were talking about because I'm not going to hold off much longer, man. I'm going to do the video on it. And since this channel is so huge, they're going to sell out the second I do the video. Now, we're not that big. You'll have like years after I do the video, but you better buy one, Radom Guy, because I am going to do a video on that top secret clandestine spy pistol you and I were talking about very soon. I can probably give you another week before I'm going to let the cat out of the bag, okay? Look at that. 9mm Makarov. You wouldn't want to step in front of that, would you? Look at that trough on the front of there. Now that's a muzzle brake. Let's see here. Somebody asked about it. Was that Cave Dave earlier? Are you still there, Cave Dave? Were you just wanting to see a Chinese AK just in general, or something more specific? I thought I saw something about a Chinese AK a little bit ago. Did anyone else see that? I mean, I showed a Chinese AK a little bit ago, but that probably doesn't really count, right? Because that was the Chinese shotgun. I think I have one 7.62x39 Chinese AK here. I'm pretty sure. Give me a second here. Have a good night, Radom Guy. Nice to see you, buddy. All right, so I got this 56-1 here, which is basically a Type 56 assault rifle, 7.62x39. Now, this is a 56-1. So the -1 in the Chinese AK world stands for underfolder. So, underfolding stock. I do have one of the Chinese flatback mags in it right now. And this gun was built off an original military parts kit. So, unlike the Norinco like 56S-1, which S was a consumer import model, right? pre-ban, like pre-89 ban. So all of the gun was from China. But the S's, those are brought in for consumers. They were always semi-autos from day one. Now this was originally a select fire machine gun that was then demilled and then put back together here stateside. So we'll see right there, 56-1 from the Factory 66 Arsenal. And for anyone that's watching that asks me, because it comes up a lot, here's a perfect example. Look at that Triangle 66 there, okay? Chinese state-run arsenal, where they made AKs and other weapons, Tokharovs, etc., right? That's what this is. So when everyone sees this, it's not satanic, it's not Masonic, and I do get asked that frequently. I have no idea what the Masons have to do with 666, but trust me, guys. But that's what it is. So this is a perfect example to go back to that. Stamped receiver, heavy, 1.6 millimeter receiver, so substantially heavier than your average AKM. Chew wood, lower and upper handguard. Chew wood pistol grip. Has the heavier milled AK style underfolding stock. Also has some other milled AK features, such as the sights are graduated out to 800 meters instead of 1,000, which is where the AKMs would be. So this is more traditional like the milled. You'll see the letter D here, which is common on both Chinese AKs and many, but not all of the SKSs. You'll see another AK milled, AK-47 milled type feature here, and that would be where instead of having a vented gas block, we have a non-vented block and a vented gas tube. So this is basically carryover from where the Chinese were friends with the Russians and got help and aid from the Russians to start making AKs in 1956 or roundabouts. Type 56, right? Well, the Russians were in good with the Chinese long enough to get them started, and they started off making milled receiver AKs, right? Well, after a few years went by, like most communists do, they decided they didn't like each other so much. China was on their own. Russia left China, would no longer grant them the prints and the tooling to make the more modernized AK. That's why we say AKM. So AKM just simply means the modernized Avtomat Kalashnikova pronunciation, whatever. But so you'll see that they basically took and kind of like just copied off of what an AKM would be. They figured out how to do the front trunnion, the rear trunnions, the stamped sheet metal receiver, kind of, sort of, but they made the receivers thicker. They still used a heavier profile barrel than what a European AKM would be, and they kept many of the milled features. So that's why a Chinese variant, even if it's a stamped sheet metal, it's definitely not really properly an AKM. I mean, it's fine if we call it an AKM because I get it, it's a stamped receiver, but it still continues to carry on many of the traits that the traditional milled would. You'll even see the location here, the front sling mount. Now, another thing the Chinese were known for is the hooded front sight. Not very common on AKs in general, right, from other countries, but this is a Chinese thing. Chinese generally, always as far as I know, but I'm going to say generally because there's always an exception, would have a hooded front sight on their AK variants, right? And you're going to see a muzzle nut here, which is rather appropriate for these Chinese guns. Now, have there been some seen with slant brakes? Yes. But particularly, if you look at a milled AK, like an AK-47, it usually comes with a muzzle nut. And the muzzle nut tended to carry over more onto the Chinese AKs. But yes, they have been seen in theater with troops holding them, Vietnam, etc., with slant brakes, but more often than not, just simply with a muzzle nut. Yes, Matt Morrison, it is actually pretty smooth. This particular one here, very, very smooth. Like, almost about as smooth as it gets, to be quite honest. Proof marks all over this. The number 2 is quite prevalent on it on different spots. We have all matching parts. The dust cover matches the receiver, which matches the bolt, matches the carrier. Yeah, all the numbered parts on this gun pretty much matching. Chrome lined barrel. You can see the chrome peeking out there. Yeah, Tree Guy, this is pretty cool. Now, I also have another kit build of one of these that was built off of a 56-1 original kit. I've also got a couple of what they call the Chinese pre-bands, like I explained earlier. So I keep on, there's just so many videos I want to do, guys. Not enough days in the week and month, unfortunately. But I want to do a side-by-side comparison of a 56-1 kit build versus a 56S-1. Norinco, which the Norinco still bear the same Factory 66 emblem that was on the military rifles. So it's kind of cool. Too bad we can't get any of these anymore. You know, the started off where we couldn't get any of the pre-bands, meaning stuff with all foreign parts, right? Before 922R, George Bush took care of that for us. A couple years later, Clinton came in office, and he said no more Chinese stuff at all, unless it's shotguns or shotgun ammo. That's why today we can still get that Lynx 12 from China, but we can't get any kind of Norinco or Polytech AKs or SKSs or anything like that. We can't get their Makarovs, their Tokharovs, even their 1911. You guys remember the old Norinco 1911s? A lot of competition guys over the years have actually bought those and worked them over a little bit. I mean, they were that nice of a 1911. Can't get those. Now, Trump could unsign all that Clinton stuff in one signature. Has he? No. Will he? Probably not. I'm assuming not. What's happening, Rhodes Scholar? There's another fellow AK guy in the house. Yeah, there's definitely some different variations. Mateo's talking about a bullpup. Yep. Different rivet patterns you guys are talking about. Yeah, I don't know. See, the couple parts kits builds I have are from the same type era. They're actually in the same pretty close serial number block, and I bought them from completely separate sources, 100%. It's just, I think some of the ones that got imported here that came from a neutral country were probably all a serial number block, because China always would do that. Like, even with their, I'll give you an example. I have an Egyptian contract SKS that was made by China, sold on contract to Egypt. Well, those always have a certain serial block. Well, this is no different. If they were selling AKs to Albania, places like that, they usually put them in a block. So you could have kits that came in years apart in the US, and they'd still be relatively closely serial numbered, because as a rule of thumb, China tended to like to do that a lot. Separate little, like, you know, hundreds of thousands blocks or even millions of blocks off for some of their export companies. And China did, you know, export many, many guns to many, many countries over the years. Okay, would love to see Trump remove the sanctions on Russia and China. I'm going to put this away. Let's talk about Trump for a minute, guys, before it gets too late. Okay, so if you guys notice, literally brand new. I do like wearing this shirt, though, because ultimately, no matter what happens in the election, right here, okay? But here's the deal. I just want to talk about this a little bit, and I'm not trying to talk you guys into anything, and I'm definitely not making any decisions tonight. And I know there's people in this stream right now that love Trump 100%. There's some of you that are, he could be a lot better, but he could be worse. There's some of you that hate his guts. And I could sit here for an hour and explain why all three of you guys are right. And I could explain why all three of you are wrong. So it's not that I'm trying to prove anything to anybody. But basically, here's the deal. Trump came in. He said, look, if you elect me, your 8-year assault on the Second Amendment will be over. Okay? When he won, he said, now that I've won, your 8-year assault, he's meaning Obama, on the Second Amendment is over. I'm pro-gun. I'm 100% pro-gun, blah, blah, blah. That's what he said. Now, in the primaries, some of us were a little nervous. We said, well, we might like Trump for the economy, this and that, whatever. I forgot the saw tree guy. Dang it. Give me a second, dude. I'll show it to you in a minute here. I'm sorry, man. I had to drive to Rachel's house and grab her dinner real quick during my break. My way back. No, I'm sorry, dude. What's up, Gun Squawk? But, you know, Trump promised a lot of things. Now, look, when he was running the primaries, I said to myself, man, I don't know. This is a former New York Democrat. He did write in his book, and this is true, you know, that he supported the Clinton assault weapons ban, the 94 ban. He wrote it down. Well, he supposedly changed. That's what he said. Well, there was the primaries. Trump won the primaries. Some of us voted for Trump in the primaries. Some didn't. But in the end, it was him versus Hillary. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. I voted for him against Hillary. I'm not trying to get anyone mad here. I did not vote for Trump in the primaries. I'll show you who I voted for here. Okay. Ted Cruz, 2016. Okay. And then you can barely see after that. Here it's kind of covered up, but by my shelf. Hillary for prison. So at all costs, Hillary couldn't get in. I wanted Cruz to be the president of the United States then. I still wish he was, to be honest. But I certainly wanted Trump like infinitely more than Hillary. So I voted for Cruz during the primaries. I voted for Trump during the general election. Was there some things I was excited about with Trump? Absolutely. Yes. And there still are things I'm very excited about with Trump. And there's some things that he's doing that are probably better than any president we've ever had. And I agree with his strong sense of nationalism. Nationalism's not a bad word, guys. It doesn't mean you're racist. That's what the fake news likes to tell you, but that's not true. Not the way I look at nationalism. When I'm saying nationalist, all I mean is I love my country. Does it mean I hate other countries? No. But gosh darn, I want my tax dollar to take care of my country more than foreign countries, more than countries that we bomb and we blow them up. Then we go back and rebuild them. So when I say I'm a nationalist, I mean it in that sense. And yeah, there is a bunch of fake news out there that has polluted the word and tried to make it sound bad. You guys get my point, I think, right? And if you don't, I'll explain. But I like his sense of nationalism. I like some of the tough bargains he's running against some of the other countries with trade. But I don't like him on guns, period. And there's a lot of issues in this country that are very important to me. None being more important than gun rights, though. So here's the thing I've always said for years and years and years, guys. I'm not making this up. I said it before Trump was elected. Look back at my other guys. And before you guys even saw me on here, I've always said this. Ask my wife. She'll tell you, okay? She'll tell you all kinds of stuff. But she'll tell you I'm not lying. You know, gun rights are my number one thing. And I can't vote for somebody that's anti-gun. I've always said that. Well, has Trump been as anti-gun as he could have been? No. Could have he been worse? Yes. Would Hillary have been worse? Yes and no. Yes, she would have been. But maybe no, because anything that she tried to put through, the Republicans would have fought her tooth and nail. Where there's a lot of yes men Republicans that will put through what Trump does just because they want to toe the party line. Now, here's what Trump's done that was anti-gun. Let me back up. He lied to me because he said, if you elect me, I will undo all of these previous executive actions that were anti-gun. He promised he would do that. He did. Look it up, guys. It's true. He lied. He's been in for 3 years. He's not undone one single gun executive action. And he said, your assault on the Second Amendment's over. But it's not. But it's not. Because not only did he literally sanction the Molots, the Molot factory in Russia, where Obama sanctioned Kalashnikov concern, which was the Sagas. So we get rid of half of our Russian guns from Obama. Now, Trump promised if he got in, he'd cancel out the Obama. You remember that? He not only didn't cancel out Obama's, but he signed an executive action through the Treasury Department, sanctions, whatever. It came through the executive branch. Trump signed it. Trust me, guys. And he banned Molot. he banned the other 50%, okay, of the Russian guns. So the big thing we were freaking about by Obama, we were freaking out that he banned the Segas. We have to get a Republican president in so they don't ban the rest. Remember all of us said that? We got the Republican, and he did ban the rest of the Russian guns. We're AK lovers here. All of us are big AK fans. Most of us are, right? But we can't even get them from their country of origin anymore. 50% thanks to this guy. So that's one strike against him. Bump stocks. I like bump stocks, guys. I think they're a blast. I think they're awesome. I have nothing against them at all. I don't think they're a toy. I don't think they're a novelty. Because as soon as we call them a toy or a novelty, we have to call all these toys or novelties, because there's people that can't stand this and can't stand this, okay? I love bump stocks just as much as any other firearm and any other firearms accessory. Why? Because I don't care what your favorite caliber is. I love your caliber. I love your gun. I love them all. Because as soon as we eat our own and throw our own under the bus, then the enemy can come in and just take everything. You know, this is pretty trite for me to say this, but, you know, divide and conquer, kind of age-old thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, we divided. He conquered us. The Republicans stood by the president when he put in the most arbitrary and capricious and jackboot gun ban of all times. You guys heard me. I'm not just being dramatic. The most arbitrary, capricious, and jackboot gun ban of all times, the bump stock ban. There's never been a ban like this in the history of the United States. Even close. When has there ever been a ban where there was no grandfather clause? Not that I agree with the NFA or tax stamps. I don't at all. But not even the opportunity to lick their boot and buy a tax stamp. Nope. Completely and utterly turn them in or destroy them. Okay? Draconian confiscation with no compensation. You know, usually we worry about gun control laws violating our Second Amendment. When Trump took the bump stocks from us, he took more from us than I would argue any president ever has of all time. Because yes, FDR did confiscate gold. And you could turn it in to the bank. And it was, again, I don't agree with any of that. Terrible. But they did let you change it for currency that you could go spend and buy things, okay? Trump said you have to destroy this piece of lawfully purchased property that was not only lawfully purchased at the time, but was reaffirmed not once, not twice, but 3 times by the ATF, that it was perfectly legal, 100%. And you even got a little letter when you bought your slide fire. I could never afford the competitor brands, you know, the Bump Ski and all them, the Fostech, but I know for a fact the slide fires that I bought came with a little laminated, nice quality, you know, letter from the ATF that says this is legal. We're the organization that interprets interpretations, all this crap. They said it was legal. We bought things that were completely legal. They were confiscated from us with no grandfather clause, no confiscation, like nothing has ever been taken from us before. I'm going somewhere with this, guys, if you're not off yet, you know. This isn't going to be a complete Trump hate thing. I just want to remind you guys of why I'm struggling, whether to put this freaking hat on. Took bump stocks from us like nothing's ever been taken before. And by the way, right now the Trump administration is choosing to just use it for bump stocks. If you read what's actually in the quote-unquote bump stock ban executive action, it bans so much more. It makes it where just a hair away, where they can interpret it to include this G3, where it could include this AK milled-style semi-automatic, where it could literally be to the point where if you start doing finger workouts and work your finger out, trust me, as stupid as this sounds, they've done it. They've done it all now. Because it's such a slippery slope that literally this bump stock ban, it's not just one sentence that says bump stocks are hereby banned. No. Pages. It's 70-something pages. Now, does a bureaucrat write 70-something pages so you can understand it? Of course not. They write it where nobody understands it, to the point where later on, interpretation based on a previous interpretation based on precedents upon precedents upon precedents, it can mean whatever they want it to. And I'll tell you something else it probably means right now. You guys familiar with the 1897 shotguns? Are you familiar with the old Ithaca Featherlights? Even some of the old Remingtons, where you can hold down the trigger and rack the gun and shoot without moving the trigger. I'm just telling you guys, in there. Don't get mad at me for saying this, guys. Trust me. They already know. I'm not telling them anything secretive. They wrote it. They know it's in there. They've already banned those. Now, the Trump administration's chosen under their discretionary enforcement, which that's how all prosecution works. They have discretion. They can selectively enforce this and that. But it's literally in this bump stock ban that those guns are banned. Because clearly you can fire an 1897 shotgun without moving your trigger finger. You can fire repeatedly an Ithaca Model 37 Featherlight. Yeah, Grandpa's gun with the bird dogs on it that are rustling the ducks out of the marsh grass. Just saying, it bans it. The bump stock ban bans those. Are we allowed to, by their good graces, to have them now? Yeah. What's going to happen if President Pocahontas comes in next time? Okay? That executive action is still going to be there. Now, guess what? Now her and her attorney general. I'm just going to say her attorney general will probably be Kamala Harris. Just think about it. Former AG of California and all. Can you imagine what President Pocahontas, Vice President Sanders, and Attorney General Kamala Harris are going to do with this bump stock ban? And that's what's so scary about Trump losing and getting these people in. I've kind of gone in a circle, guys, but I'm going to try to bring it back together here. Here is the cluster you-know-what conundrum I'm in right now, where gun rights are my number one reason I vote. Yes, numbers 2 through 100 are very important to me. Talk to some of these guys who actually talk to me outside of here. Like, I'm really into politics. I care about my country a lot, guys. But guns are still my number one. So who are we going to vote for? The guy that banned whole classifications of imported guns. The guy that made this bump stock ban. He created it. But if his opponents beat him, they're going to make it and enforce it 100 times worse than Trump. So let's see here. Do we want to vote for the guy that started this problem we're in, or vote for the people that are going to make it 100 times worse? And there's one more thing. We have, excuse me, guys, let me get a drink here. My voice is hoarse. It's literally 30 degrees in Michigan, and I've been still trying to finish cutting lawns, guys. I'm not actually sick, but I've been breathing a lot of cold air. So if my voice is hoarse, hopefully you guys understand. I work outside all day. Here's where I'm at, guys. I can't vote for this jackboot that did a bump stock ban. But hold on. Don't kill me yet, guys. I can't vote for Pocahontas. Are you kidding me? Mayor Bloomberg? Bloomberg, the guy that literally funds and owns Moms Demand Attention, Moms Demand Action, Mayors Against Guns, whoever's against guns. $60 billion. The man funnels tens of millions to take our Second Amendment away. Okay? This man got tens of millions of dollars in support from gun owners to promise not to take it away. Chunk out of it. All right? Here's one more issue. Flag laws. Red flag laws. As bad as I said the bump stock ban was, probably the worst we've ever had. And we're not going to know it till years from now when previous presidents fully do all of the interpretations of it. You guys get what I mean, right? This is one of those things that, like, you create this monster. This is the bump stock ban, by the way. You create the monster. The monster grows and grows and grows. Then it comes back and eats its own owner because you created something so powerful you can't stop it. That's what the bump stock ban is, guys. So, with that said, red flag. Probably even just as bad, if not worse than that, if it passes nationwide or passes in all the states. People have already been killed over being red flagged. They've already had their property unduly taken. As Trump himself said, this man said, I take them quick, like take the guns first, then due process later. He said it. Now look, Does Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden and Michael Bloomberg want red flag laws? Yes, they do. But the difference is, of course they want them. Now, here's what I heard, guys. I watch Guns and Gadgets. Jared, I trust the man so much as I can trust any stranger, but I do trust him as far as I know, right? He said in a video not too long ago that he heard that some of the inside people at the White House are now coming back and saying, look, Trump's changed his mind on it. Now, it's not that I don't trust Jared. I haven't seen that verified by anybody else yet. So as of right now, I'm just going to hope that Jared's right. He probably has inside sources that I don't have. If any of you guys know anything, if you've seen any other sources of this, let me know if that's true or not, okay? And I'm not doubting what Jared said. I'm really, really, truly not. But you guys remember, Jared did say that he's hearing from some of his sources that he knows on the inside that some of the top closest aides of Trump are leaking it out now, saying Trump's not really for a red flag anymore. Okay, I'm really crossing my fingers. It's got me optimistic. It's got me optimistic enough where that's why I brought this hat out, guys. And I'm actually talking about it. Because I was, hell no, I can't vote for this guy because I can never vote for a guy that's gone for gun control. But I'm thinking about it, and I want to have a talk with you guys. And it's not that I want you guys to change my mind, and I'm not trying to change you guys' mind either. I just think, and we've got some time to still think, I think we need to talk about this because if Trump's going to take back his position on red flag laws, that's a start, okay? Is it going to make me completely trust him right off the bat? No, but that's a start in the right direction where I'm going to get closer and closer. You guys know what I'm saying? I saw Michael Bloomberg enter the race. That's why I decided to broach this topic tonight. And this is one of those topics that I'm stupid as heck for talking about in a way. I can't win on this, but I'm not trying to win. I'm ranting right now, and I'm not really reading you guys' comments too much, okay? But I'm thinking about it, okay? Just because here's the problem we have right now. I'm going to have half of you guys mad at me because I'm holding it in my hand, half of you because I'm not putting it on my hat, okay? It's not that I'm wearing it, guys. I'm not condoning anything he did. I think what did happen, though, is we did yell out enough in the last few months, and it got his attention, at least while he's trying to still get reelected, that maybe that's why some people from the White House are now trying to come out and say that, you know, Trump's not really for a red flag. Well, here's where I'm at. What do you guys think? Is this a good idea? If we keep yelling loud enough, sending him letters, calling the White House, blah, 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 he could unsign the bump stock ban. If he's got the balls to unsign it, well, there you go. Will that happen? Probably not. But Michael Bloomberg's running now. Now, this is the man, like I said earlier, has started almost half of the gun control groups in this whole country. He's the man that limited the side of soda pop that you can drink in New York when he was governor, right? You guys know what I'm saying, right? There's something to think about here. And I'm not trying to solve anything tonight. First of all, I'm not smart enough to solve this. But do we want to vote for Bloomberg or Warren? Do we want to vote for Trump? Well, what happens if you don't vote? I mean, it's kind of sheer math. Many people say this. They say, look, if you are normally a Republican, let's just say you normally are, and you don't go, I'm just hypothetically, because unfortunately, and this is what I hate about our system, it's a two-party system where basically only the Republican or Democrat can win. That's the whole freaking problem right there. I don't want it that way, where only one of the two main parties can win. I'm totally against it, but we're probably not going to change that in the next year. Hopefully we do someday. Trust me. But right now, we're going to have either a Republican or a Democrat win. So if you stay home and you're normally a Republican, people say, well, that's a vote for, let's just say it's Elizabeth Warren or Michael Bloomberg, right? Well, I don't want to stay home and give a de facto vote to them, but I don't want to vote for the guy that's already banned stuff. But I definitely don't want to vote for the person that no doubt will ban stuff. There is a problem here, okay? And we just need to think about it a little bit. Because I'm not for 1 minute condoning Trump. My friend gave me this hat. He's a nice guy. You know, I did vote for Trump last time, the first time. I did. And for those of you just joining, I voted for Cruz during the primary. But I mainly voted for Trump more because I was voting against Hillary. And I felt that if I just simply stayed home or voted third party, even though I usually like third party people more, I really do. But if I voted third party or whatever, Trump barely won Michigan. I thought he was less worst on gun rights than Hillary. And I think he is less worse than her. So I don't know, guys. It's a tough situation. I'm not telling you who I'm voting for. It's not even to that point yet. I mean, if I can ever decide, I will definitely tell you guys when it's time, but it's too early for that. I can't vote for anyone that's anti-gun. I do know we're all going to have to stick together, though. I'll tell you what, because he's proven his colors. I don't even have like a Hillary hat or a Biden hat or whatever. If I did, I'd show you guys, to be fair. My friend just gave this for me because he knew I voted for Trump in 2016. I know a lot of you guys did. And I'm not ashamed of my vote. Trump lied. They all lie. But I still thought at the time that he'd be better than Hillary. And I still think he is. This sucks, guys. It really does. I don't like to compromise. I don't like to do the least worst. But we have to think about it. Michael Bloomberg's in the race. He's got the money. He started/owns Moms Demand Action, Mayors Against Guns. He has $60 billion. He will control you, not just with your guns, but he will control what type of and size soft drinks that you can drink. He did it before. He's going to be telling you what you can do with your money because he'll probably want to tax you 70%. Okay? And I do go back and read these afterwards, guys. I know I'm kind of just looking at the screen right now, and I'm kind of not even really looking at the camera. I'm just kind of looking off into disgust, thinking, what the heck am I going to do in 2020? But I want to do something. I don't want to just sit there and say, my vote doesn't matter, your vote doesn't matter. That's fine if you guys think that, and I understand why you do, but I think it does matter. And I will say this, by all of us getting in their faces, sending lots of letters, phone calls, everything. I know you guys did a ton of it. I know you guys did. I did too. They kind of backed off on a lot of it. If you remember just a couple months ago, there was like 15 gun control bills that were all getting ready to get rushed through committee for Trump to sign or not sign or whatever. They're all kind of still sitting there. Now, will they come back on a moment's notice? Of course. This is basically a battle we're going to be fighting the rest of our lives, no doubt. But I do believe that these people do want to get elected, and their threat of losing their power is the leverage that we do have against them. So, again, there's really no way, and I'm not trying to win anything here, guys, but half of you get mad at me, whatever I say in this scenario. I totally get it. I don't care, but this is my opinion. I mean, I don't really want you guys to be mad at me, but you know what I'm saying. Who cares at the same time? We're all still buddies in the end, right? I do still think our vote matters, and I still do think that us calling them and threatening them to lose their jobs and lose their power, I think that matters too. And I've seen it change a little bit in Washington since we all basically said, no, not going to happen. Not going to happen. You're not going to confiscate our guns. That's the line in the sand right here, right now. We will stop you. And they backed off of a ton of it lately. You guys know what I'm saying? I'm going to take a quick peek at the chat here. Let's see if anybody new's popped in here. Optimistically cynical. I don't know, man. I'm not a veterinarian or a counselor, so good luck with that, buddy. Who else has popped in here? Trey Orr. What's happening, Trey Orr? How you doing, man? Yeah, Bloomberg is a complete idiot. No doubt. 100%. 100% idiot. Trey Orr, I'm not going to knock you for that, man. You know? Trump's our best option at this moment. That's what Trey Orr says. That's fine. I'm just thinking about this, guys. I'm real preliminary with it, okay? I'm not going to argue with Trey Orr. I'm not going to quite say he's an option for me right now either. It's complicated. It really is. Let's see here. People comply to a point. They don't comply to a point. I get it. Gun squat. Gun rights are number one priority. Tulsi's supposed to be pro-gun. Who knows? Beretta, man, probably more than a lot of them. She's not completely pro-gun, though, trust me. She's pro-gun, but doesn't want us to have... She's not as pro-gun as you and I. But that was a good one for you to bring up. Tulsi Gabbard, probably better than most of the Democrats, I would say. We have a big fight, definitely, coming up here. Multiple fronts we can fight on. Doesn't mean we have to immediately go to an actual war. There's different ways to fight. Doran Croton, how's it going, man? He says they used red flag laws during the reign of terror, French Revolution. Thousands of innocent people sent to the guillotine without due process, simply because their activities were suspicious. Right on, man. And that's why I was saying, like, red flag laws, yeah, probably even worse bump stocks, right? Terrible. Because as soon as you get rid of, like, multiple amendments and protections at the same time, that's when we're in big trouble. Because they can take the guns, but we still have due process, so they can't, right? But you get rid of due process, guns, everything, the right to face your accuser, you get rid of all of that at once. That's kind of sort of like becoming a different country at that point. Like, red flag laws literally make us act like so many other countries that are not America. And trust me, America's like completely far off from where it was in its inception. I'm not naive at all to that, guys, but red flag laws is going to completely separate, just off on its whole new banana republic, whatever, totalitarian dictatorship. Because these dictators can never rein in the people on their own, but they always use the people to turn on themselves. And that's how, if you look, you had it in communist, former USSR, Soviet Russia, same thing. Neighbors turning in neighbors to go to the gulag. You have China, still to this day in China, all over the place. Any terrible, rotten place you've ever heard of has a version of red flag. To be honest, this is nothing new. Let's see here. See, okay, Doran Croton. I'm not voting for any of them. I can't lower my standards and sell it for less. That's why this is tough, man. That's why I'm talking about this right now. I'm just holding this hat for symbolism. If anyone's listened to this for 5 minutes, I'm not endorsing the man. I'm certainly not endorsing his competition. I just want to think about it. And I do go back and I read things that you guys say. I don't agree with everything you guys say, but a lot of times you guys will word something in here I didn't quite catch when I was live and be like, man, I really appreciate that guy saying that, because it'll make me think about it. And quite frankly, you guys are usually pretty good people and smart people in here. So I just want to bring this up. That's kind of where I'm at with it. You guys know what I'm saying? Optimistically cynical. How can I wear that hat? Post bump stock ban. You might as well vote for Warren. All slopes lead down. Okay. Well, your name is cynical, so maybe you were just not wording that in the polite way, or you're a little poor at speaking, but I don't think I am wearing the hat, am I? Maybe I just took you the wrong way. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little cynical of you. But you see what my hat says, my man? Look what that says. Can you read? Can he read? All right. Maybe I just took you the wrong way. You might be. Maybe we'll be best friends later, buddy. I have no idea. Or your name's a self-fulfilling prophecy. One of the two. And that's the thing. Some people say, well, why would I want to vote? That's fine. But you got to still respect people's rights that do want to vote. I think that's what Doran's saying. Just my opinion. If you vote, more power to you. Ain't freedom grand? Exactly. You know what? You're pretty cool. Because you know what I hate about some of these people? They're so far libertarian, they say, look, you're being confined so much, blah, 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 that you can't vote for anyone. And if you even dare vote, like, you're the worst person ever and I'm going to come after you. Well, that's being hypocritical. And I'm actually glad. The devil's in the details on your comment there, Dorian. But if you vote, more power to you, ain't free. Everyone has the power in here to vote or not vote. And trust me, I'm way too. This is just such the beginning stages of this conversation I'm having with you guys. I'm not telling you guys whether I'm going to vote or not vote. And it's not a secret. I'm just saying, it's not that I'm going to vote or not vote right now. It's not that I'm going to vote for a lesser of two evils or a worser of two evils. I just want to start talking about this because here's what can happen right now. Do I want to forgive Trump for everything he's done? Not right now. If some of the stuff that Jared said was true from Guns and Gadgets, and Trump stands out there in his own words and says, guys, I made a mistake. I saw through the impeachment process how bad red flag laws could be. I saw Adam Schiff try to remove due process from me, and it woke me the heck up to the point where I could never have that happen. That's going to be a huge start, guys. Again, Jared said that he heard some info. I haven't heard anything to corroborate that yet. Not doubting him. I just need to see more. I really need Trump in his own words. If Trump says, I'm taking back everything I said about red flag laws, I'll never sign it. That starts. Now, then we can do exactly what the other side does. Because you know how, like, if you give them ARs, then they want AKs, then they want everything, then they'll want our double-barrel shotgun, then they'll want to put us in gulags. We get that. That's the end game for the other side, right? Why can't we play that game? Trump, we're not going to vote for you again until you get rid of this red flag garbage. This is all hypothetical, guys. I know I'm dreaming, but we've backed him off a lot by calling, so I don't think I'm completely off on this either. Trump, you've got to renounce the red flag laws. You've got to veto them if they come. You've got to stop promoting them. Let's say he does that Monday. And then we say, great, but you gave us an inch. Now we want to take a mile. Now, Trump, you need to unsign that ban that banned the Molots and the AKs. Not let him go. Just keep on him and make it known. We'll let him lose the election if he doesn't get with us. And then he comes through and he gets rid of that. But that's not enough. Let's take our whole mile. Then we say, now unsign the bump stock ban. You've got all of our vote. That's what the left does. The left of their candidates say, you've got to take the AR. You've got to take the AK. Then we want the double barrel shotgun. Then we're going to want the sword. Then we're going to want the butter knife. Then we're just going to want everyone to be mindless concentration camp victims. I mean, that's what they do. Why can't we do it? Why can't we at least try? So, yeah. If he wants to redeem himself a little bit, great. But I'm not going to completely throw him under the bus if I have to do it because, unfortunately, again, we have this A-B choice. It'll be, this is hypothetical on the Democrat side, but it'll be Elizabeth Warren or Donald Trump. So I don't want to, throw Trump under the bus to get Warren elected, but I don't want to vote for Trump and get him elected because he's already proven he's anti-gun. I feel like I'm going in circles now, guys. It really sucks. But I'm not trying to convince you guys of anything. I just want to know what you guys think about this. And if any of you have the same frustrations that I do. Let's see what else is going on here. Rockford Ordnance is in the house. What's up, man? I do read these after the fact, and Rockford Ordnance is going to be my witness. I was shouting out all the guys that had channels last week. And I was going through, and it scrolls through so fast. I see so many names. And I read his comment the day after Rockford. He said, man, what am I, chopped liver? Okay. Extra big shout out to Rockford Ordnance. He's a good buddy of mine. He has a great channel. Go check it out. And no, man, you're not chopped liver. You're more like chopped bologna. Okay? Chopped hot dogs with gravy on them. But shout out to Rockford Ordnance. Because last week I kind of snubbed him, but it was an accident. Let's see here. Trump and Hillary. Okay, Sword of the Spirit. How's it going, Sword of the Spirit? He does bring up a point. Trump and Hillary have been friends. They've been photographed together at weddings and stuff. It's true. There's tons of pictures of Bill Clinton with Epstein. And I just saw the video footage the other day of Trump with Epstein. Just true, guys. I'm just saying. Oh, you do love chopped liver. Well, you think you're chopped baloney. I don't want to give you what you like. But go check out Rockford Ordnance, guys. AK guys that are here. AKs, Milsurps. He's into a lot of the same kind of stuff I am. He did an M1 Garand video like a month ago-ish. I just did one showing the M1 Garand as it segued into the BM59. So we're kind of into the same kind of stuff. Adrian's here. What's happening, Adrian? How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. The M1 does. The M1 does my vote. M1 Carbine or M1 Garand? I'm thinking Garand, right? Because the Carbine, it's nice. I love my Carbines, but the bullet, more of a pistol bullet, right? With a really long case on it. Let's see here. Okay, what's Josh Benware got to say about this? I actually do respect your opinion, Josh. He says, currently given the choices, Tulsi, then Biden, then Trump, in that order of who I think is the least dangerous for the second. And, you know, there's something to that because I did say, look, if it's the Democrat, now you have all the rhinos that are voting against them, against the gun control. If the Democrat votes it, you know, the rhinos. But when Trump is for gun control, now all your rhinos are going to support him to toe the party line. And of course, the Democrats are going to support him because 99% of all of them are anti-gun. I see the chess that Josh Benware is playing here. And look, I'm not saying Josh is right. He's not either. This is real complicated. But I think what Josh Benware said is something we should think about. Gun squawk. Maybe the Lord will come back before the elections. Ain't that the truth, man? It's crazy. Let's see here. Gun squawk. I know what you're saying, but I know where Benware's coming from, you know? It's kind of like a 3D chess thing a little bit. Look, guys, I'm just reading you guys' comments. I'm not to the point where I'm making any, like, huge, you know, look, I'm nobody anyways, right? Just a regular guy like you guys. But I do want to talk about it. That's all I'm saying right now, guys. Let's just think about this a little bit. This is definitely worth talking about, okay? And nobody's going to be right here. If we were right, 2A EDU for president. There's no gun control laws at all. There's no laws against felons because if you're dangerous enough where you can't have a gun, you ain't getting out. Trust me. Okay? Certain crimes, death penalty. Other crimes, life in prison, no parole, no light of day. If you're so bad that by having you where you could have a gun, you'd kill somebody, of course you shouldn't be out. Anybody can get a gun however the heck they want it. Of course, getting a gun's the easiest thing to get in the world, like Obama said, as it should be, because it's enumerated in the Second Amendment. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed means, of course, every person walking around should have their hands on a gun. So, yeah, you're too dangerous. You're going to kill somebody? Shoot. Somehow these idiots think you need a gun to kill somebody? No. No, regular rocks, sticks, stones kill people very effectively. You know what they don't kill, though, is easy? Jackboots that are wearing body armor and driving around in armored vehicles. They're not worried about us killing each other with guns, guys. Anyone that wants to take away our guns is worried about us rising up against them. That's who they're worried about. They can care less what we do to each other. Don't ever forget that. So there would be no gun laws in my presidency. None. Zero. Literally zero gun laws. Every gun there is 100% legal. And if you can't be trusted enough in society not to kill people, you will not be amongst the rest of the people. Period. Done. Don't even think about it. What do you guys think of that? What's my email? glockshooter79@gmail.com. For those of you that have been around a while, that was my username, glockshooter79. I have a new email for the 2A EDU, but I'm actually just using that for, I don't know how else to word it, like business relationships, because believe it or not, I have a couple companies now that are kind of talking to me, want me to look at products of theirs. Haven't really done a whole lot of that yet, but anyways, so if you click for business inquiries, you'll get the 2A EDU email. But Glock Shooter 79, GLOCKSHOOTER number 7 number 9 79 at gmail.com. That's where if my buddies want to send me a quick message, that's where I more hang out at. I actually check that more than I do my official 2A EDU one, okay? Let's see here. Juan Suarez, how's it going, Juan? He says Trump 2020, Mexican citizen saying that. All right. Cool. Nice to get along with our neighbors. Are you a Mexican citizen that lives here or in Mexico? Oh, of course it's been infringed. Yeah, it's been infringed many, many times for sure. Oh, the World War II poster does the M1 does my talking. It's a grand. I get you. That old propaganda poster. Yep. Oh, I wouldn't want to be president, guys. Are you kidding me? Ugh. It'd be real simple, though, if I was president. I'd unsign as much as I possibly could, put the Congress in recess, and go home and come back about 2 weeks out of the year. To me, the limited function that we need a federal government for could probably take care of anything that needed taken care of in probably about 2 weeks. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't really think we need a whole lot. I think God pretty much gave us everything we need. And every time I see Congress pass a law, all it does is infringe and take from us. I've never seen the government give me anything. All they do is take a little bit more every time, or they rob from Peter to pay Paul. But they're not going to give us anything we don't already have. You know, God, being a lot more powerful than what any government could ever be, we were born with everything we need. And I think we shouldn't forget that. You can't give us something. You don't even have the power to give us what we need. That's the problem with government. That's the problem with all these idiots. Josh Benware, if I was president, where'd the Middle East go? I don't know. Was there a Middle East? Let's pull up an old map. That was funny, man. 8 years of Obama. All that happened was 7 and 6 ammo import was banned. Trump brought the idea that has come to pass. Well, it's scrolling by quick. Let me go back up here. Trump brought the idea that has come to pass of red flag laws, bump stock bans, and told SCOTUS not to hear the Hearing Protection Act. And don't forget the Molot Vepr bans. You know? And I will say this to add to that, Josh. You know that Sega rifle you have? The Segas were banned by Obama. He did do that. But then Trump evened him up and canceled it out by banning. Didn't cancel it out, just evened the score. They each got a gun control check. Let me say that better. They each got a gun control check mark when Trump banned the Molots, which was the 50% remaining of the Russian AKs we could get. So basically what you said, Josh, but a little worse. Trump did a little more than, yeah. Okay, I'm not running for president, but I appreciate the votes. I really do. But if you guys could give me a thumbs up, that's something you guys can do on the stream tonight. Because no doubt I've gotten some thumbs downs tonight. I can almost guarantee you that. Let's see here. One. That's weird. I had one thumbs down earlier. Trump came in here. Remember, I was on the phone and he actually made a slight appearance on the show. It went away and then it came back. Which means that someone that gave me the thumbs down is probably one of you guys, which is kind of funny. I don't really care. That's fine. It really doesn't matter. I just think it's interesting, isn't it? What do you think, Tactical Review? Are you interested? Tactical Review says, basically, people who deserve power don't want it, and the people who want power don't deserve it. Amen, man. That's really freaking smart. I was kind of sort of saying that. You just worded it like a lot better than I did. I told you guys are smarter than I am. I've always said that. I've said that so many times. Yeah. Dorian Crotan. Those who understand power corrupts acknowledge they too can be corrupted. Well, duh. Why did you think if I said if I'm president, I'm going to run in there and unsign tens of thousands of things and go home and stay out of that swamp? Because Trump is right that it's a swamp. Now, he may be part of it, but that's besides the point. I'd stay out of that Washington, D.C. You kidding me? Huh. I like to hang out with good people. I like to hang out with good people. Not too many good people up on that hill up in that ivory tower looking down on the rest of us. Not too many at all. Ooh, Gun Squawk. There's some reverse psychology, my man. Let's vote for Bloomberg and watch him self-destruct. Let's vote for him, and then we'll just stream. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've been trying to eat a lot healthier lately since you guys first met me on here a year ago. But I'll just put like diet in there or colored food coloring and hold up like 2 big gulps, and we'll just drink them, you know, just to entice Bloomberg. Gosh, what a clown that guy is. Ooh. Ooh, actually, I like where this is heading. So Benware comes back to Gun Squawk. This is making sense. He says, vote for one that promises gun control. We know if they promise it, they won't do. Just like Trump promised the second was safe with him. Oh, man. You guys are freaking awesome. Did I tell you guys that yet? Except for that one guy that rolled in here talking about a dead goldfish. That was kind of weird. Not scary, just kind of weird. Desert Loner, what's happening, man? I haven't seen you in a long time. I hope you're doing good, man. Speaking of which, Dex, what's happening, Dex? Jeez, oh, Pete. Where have you guys been hiding? Where have you guys been my whole life? Now, these are 2 old buddies of mine. Beto's back on the menu. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, Mateo. Autoerotic asphyxiation, too. Ooh. Poor goldfish. Okay, Desert Loner. Senator Tom Carper is pushing for banning smoking in trains. I get it. Desert Loner's wrestling show conflicted with the stream. Dang it, man. Nah, it's good to see you back. You've always been a good dude. I like all you guys. I just haven't seen Dex or Desert Loner in here in quite a while. The streams are a little bigger than when you guys were in here last, but the guys are actually cooler, so hey. Speaking of which, can I take 2 seconds without sounding corny and literally just thank you guys for, look, every time I do these videos, you guys come in there. You guys have some of the best comments. You guys are all really cool. Sometimes you disagree with something I say, whatever, but usually we all just get along so much, and I really appreciate you guys, you know? I mean, I was just looking here earlier on my YouTube studio, you know, and let's see here. In the past 28 days on my channel here, I've had 41.3 thousand views, 41,300 views, 301,600 watch minutes, 301.6K watch minutes, and plus 402 subscribers in 28 days. And that's literally you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. I love it. Not that I'm getting anything off these numbers, but I am getting a ton off of it. I'm getting to hang out with you guys. If you guys notice, I answer almost everyone's comments because I like this and I like hanging out with you guys. And it makes it seem like the videos are worth doing. If there's, you know, 100 people that watch it, or even 200 or 300, sometimes more, and you guys are in there sharing info with each other. Like, I totally freaking am not a light expert, but I've done a lot of videos on these Tauruses, and I really like them, guys. And guys are like, lights. We want to know about lights. I did the best I could, and I brought in the 2 weapon lights I have, the Stream Light and the O Light. And guys are like, well, yeah, thanks, man. You know, they fit the G3. That's awesome. They wouldn't fit the G2C. And guys are like, yeah, but this light does, and this light does. I'm going to totally miss some people here, but, you know, Uncle Dan was right in there. Like, I can tell you this, this, and this, and this. And you guys can take my word for it because I have one. And you can. When a guy like Uncle Dan comes in the video and he says, I have this light, guys, trust me, it works, it fits. You can do that. And that's what's so freaking awesome about all you guys, is helping out some of the newer people. And that's what this channel's always been about. I'll get into the weeds and talk about like the geekiest stuff on an AK. And I'll talk to like the highest level enthusiasts when it comes to this stuff I'm passionate about. But I'd almost rather also hang out with the new guy that just got his first gun. And he's actually thinking about things like, Do I need a weapons light? Why would I need one? Just things like that. So it's really, really cool. And I mean, these guns have actually ended up being really, really nice for the money. And I really do genuinely like them. The main thing I'm liking about them is they're like $200. And so many people are now being able to afford to arm themselves with something that's at least halfway decent, if not even great. Some people have had great results with these guys. And they may later on decide to upgrade, if you will, to a Glock or a CZ or a Tokarev or whatever, you know? I mean, but the cool thing is the more people that we get into guns, there's a more likelihood then they'll become Pro 2A. And it's a lot harder to get someone that owns a gun to sign on with someone confiscating something they bought. Now they're personally invested. So I think it's actually a really, really cool thing how these affordable guns are getting a lot more people, you know, into it. You know what I'm saying? So for that reason, I'm a huge fan of these. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Duck says we have better names now. Do you like my name better, Ducks, by the way? I don't know how long it's been since you've been in here. Let's see here. Doran saying the bigger you get, the more trolls and haters you get. I guess so. I don't want to get big on here. Like, here's where I am right now, guys. The channel's been growing lately by my lowly standards, which is basically nothing on the scope of things. So I'm not telling you guys I'm big. My channel had like 200 subs like 8 months ago, though, when I was doing these streams. You guys got me? So right now, it's like the more people that come in, the more cool people I get to hang out with. And that's what I'm loving about it. But there's nothing, I guess, perfect in life because, yeah, then you get to the point where you go from meeting more and more cool people to more complete and utter idiots. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to get Rachel on here soon with me. So basically, I'm sure she's asleep by now, guys. So basically, we can start off sitting together. Then when the haters and trolls come, I can say, hey, babe, I gotta just go over here real quick and just check on something. Just make something up she wouldn't understand. I go over here, and then I'll leave here to her here to fend everyone off. So trust me, I've got strategy when I'm trying to invite people in here. Definitely using strategy. Oh, let's see here. Josh, you had that many all together. I think he's messing with me a little bit. David Medina Jr. What's happening, man? He likes the hat. He wants one. I found this on Amazon. I bought this like when that lady first said it in the congressional hearing. I bought it like the next day, and they had this already. I think it was one of those like made to order. You order it, and they print it for you on the fly. You know, Medina, real quick. I know that's probably a common last name, but a good friend of mine in real life. Like, he lives in town here, and anyways, I know him. So a personal friend of mine, Juan Medina, he's from Honduras. One of the best guys I've ever met. Are you from Honduras, or is Medina just kind of a Latino name in general? I don't know. But first time I've ever seen a guy with the last name of Medina in here, and I have a good friend in real life with the last name of Medina. So, yeah. You're going to tell me that's the same thing as Smith or Jones, aren't you? And then laugh at me, which is totally fine. Totally fine. Okay. Furthest I've ever traveled south is Florida, so I don't have a lot of intimate knowledge, but I do know he's from Honduras and spells his name exactly the same way you do. Yeah, Dux is talking about how we have better names now. Oh, except for Mateo still has the same name. This isn't actual Mateo. This is his brother. This is the other Mateo, just so you know. There's a few of them. See, you guys know all the Medinas, and I don't. I just know one in real life. And David, who's my new buddy, too, because he likes my hat. That's all it takes, guys. I'm pretty easy to flatter. You come in here and say you like the color of my shirt. You like my hat. We're good. All right? We're good. Rockford Ordnance knows one from Puerto Rico. Dauntless Defense. There you are again. You're being sneaky tonight, buddy. With that black avatar. See, I think I always tell you guys this, but the screen I'm broadcasting from, the background's black, so it's fine. I can still find you. It just makes me have to, you know. Do you want that sleeve that you won? Dauntless Defense? Send me your address, man. Or just tell me you want it, actually. Because I do have your address, and you definitely won, so I want to send this to you. I have your address because you're a Patreon supporter. So just make sure that you want it and that you do have a SIG P226 mag for your G2C. The warehouse I'm chilling in. Yeah, man, you know what? This was a mess my first stream, and I said, I'm going to clean it up, guys. I'm sorry. It was winter time, and I just didn't have time to clean it up, you know? And this guy started to take a liking to it. So if you've noticed, stuff moves around a little bit, but not too much. This is kind of my, I mean, people pay big money to get custom-made green screens printed and stuff, and I've had enough people over time say they kind of like it. And even people that come in here in real life, they like it. So, I don't know. 2A all the way. What's happening? Yeah, these are 3D printed. Did you see my my video the other day? For those of you that haven't seen it, I put out a video just the other day. My buddy Bloody Wheels makes these. Small business, nicest guy you've ever met. And I really like, I mean, I'm a former customer. I wish I still was. Here's the problem. This guy's such a nice guy, he won't let me buy his product. And I said, look, I don't want to be a paid shill because I'm not. I literally want to do a review of your product because I like it that much. So I said, fine, you won't let me pay you? Because I have paid in the past. I was a customer. Let me back up. Loved his product so much, I did a review just because I wanted to. It ended up being one of my more successful videos. Like, I think that video has up to, like, I don't even know, 12,000 views on it or something. So I went to order more, and he's like, dude, I can't take your money. You helped me sell so many of these. I was like, I wasn't even trying to help you. I just like your product that much. Well, he wouldn't let me pay, so he sent me some. Well, that's why I did the giveaway, because I'm like, you want to be generous to me? Then I'm just going to pass it on to the viewers. So that's why I gave these away. And I truly like his products because, again, I just like them. And I think small businesses are completely awesome. And I like the way this guy runs his business. So, heck yeah. Tech Reviews, having a crash out. If you haven't left yet, buddy, take it easy, man. Shout out to the Tactical Review channel. Another really good guy. So, no paid show here. Trust me. I don't get paid to do anything. He didn't pay me, guys. I was really clear in the video. But look, these are great products. He literally sent them to the channel this last time around. And I said, look, dude, I'd love to do the review because I like your product, but I'm going to give it away. And they're definitely 3D printed, and they're definitely nice. And on a new Glock product that I may be helping him test out also. Let me go over here and find my... Hold on a second, guys. There's too many screens in here. They make YouTube more complicated every day, don't they? I'm just looking for a link that I'm going to drop into the description for you guys. There it is. Any of you tourist guys that are interested and haven't gone back and watched it yet, here is the link. All about those grip spacers. Now, that is a paid shill, Josh. Companies pay me not to mention their product. That is awesome. All right, good night, Doran. Nice to see you, man. I think I've seen you here before, but if not, then welcome. Your name kind of looks familiar, but not so familiar. So welcome / nice to see you again. Nah, good to see you, man. Let's see here. I'm going to be getting off in just 2 minutes, guys. This has actually gone quite a bit longer than I wanted it to, but back to what I said, I just get hanging out with you guys, and I do end up having a good time. So, okay, David Medina Jr., my old gym coach in elementary school used to call me Funky Cool Medina. Never heard of him before that, though. Okay, gotcha. You know what? I am working on a G3 holster, guys. I'm talking to a Michigan company. Now, this is a company any of you guys are going to be able to order from, but I'd like to support small businesses. Right now, as we speak, let me check my email. I may have just gotten one back from him. I'm emailing a company right now as we speak. They're a local company. Again, this is no one that came to me. I reached out to them and said, hey, you're local. You're only about an hour away. I see you have a G3 holster. Now, look, they're selling them nationally on eBay and other platforms. So very soon, I'm going to have a handmade Kydex holster that I'm going to be doing reviews on for the Taurus G3. So I appreciate you guys' interest. Just a little more patience. It's a rather new gun, and it's taking the holster companies just a little while to get the holsters out. But I'm purposely trying to work with a small and local to me business on that. The one I'm going to do a review on, David, is an outside the way band, okay? That's just because lately, especially since it's wintertime here, I'd rather carry OWB with a cover garment. But these holsters that I'm going to show you are going to be the same difference. The holster itself is going to be the same body. It just depends on the configuration. So I'm literally this close, guys. Like, I'm literally been emailing back and forth with just the small business owner that makes these holsters. And he's on IG. You guys may have heard of him. I just don't want to say anything till it's 100% confirmed. You know what I mean? But as soon as I find out, heck yeah, I'll be doing a thorough review on holster and in other companies. So, yeah. Gerson Beretta copy. Probably sounds like a EAA Regard. Is that what you're talking about, man? Probably. Probably the Regard would be a copy of a Beretta 92. Kind of only half read what you guys are saying. Adrian, he said he picked up a Zastava M88 without safety. Ever seen one stateside? So you got the original M88, right? Because the M88As are the newer ones. You know, I was talking to Misha. He used to have one. Misha Co. I don't know if he still has it or not. So I may be aware of one of them, but I do not have. Now, if there's one or two of them in the country, Misha probably has one of them, right? 1 out of 2. You guys know how he is. Yeah, man, David, I'm going to have a lot more stuff on this. Can I give you guys another sneak preview and you'll still watch the video? Let me know, guys, because I have another gun here that's brand new that I haven't told anyone about yet, and I'm going to do an unboxing of it. Now, I can barely show it to you guys, and it'll still be a genuine unboxing video, but you have to come back and watch the main video, okay? Not only do I have a G2S still in the box, which you guys already knew about that. I've teased that before. There's going to be a G2S video very soon, but there's another one too. Now, David Medina said, of course, so you guys will still come back and watch the main unboxing video, okay? Because this is not really going to be a review. I'm just going to barely tease it to you guys. Yet another little Taurus gun that I never thought I was going to buy. And it is none other than the Taurus Spectrum 380. And it was $132. And here's a quick sneak peek, guys. This is the pre-unboxing that no one gets to see except for the 28 of you guys. It's called the Bronze and Black Two-Tone. It's brand new. Never even looked at it all the way yet. And these have somehow, I have no idea how. I'm not trying to get anyone jealous that paid more, but these Spectrums have gotten down to the point. Now, this isn't everywhere, but I was able to find this for $132. And for $132, we're like lower than High Point in price, a quarter of the size. I've heard some of these have had issues with firing pins, weakness, not properly popping primers, detonating primers. That's what's kind of making this interesting to me. So I'm going to do unboxing, review, range time. I've already come out here. And 1 second. I already bought some different ammo for it because some guys have reported on their videos in the past that the Spectrum has had some problems with certain types of ammo. So I've got some Aguila. I also have like some Blazer and some Federal and some MagTech that are in another location deep within the warehouse somewhere here. Some Tula steel case. And instead of just being bored with 380, I have some 9mm Browning Court to put through my Spectrum. So we're going to run the 9mm Browning Court through it too and see what happens. And I agree with you, David. They do actually look really, really nice. And it's supposed to depend on the ammo. And the gun's like teeny, guys. And look, I already carry as my secondary. Jeez, dry in here. / backup gun. I've been carrying this for years. So the Spectrum isn't really anything I need. It's just something I'm kind of curious about. So I'm going to mess around with that a little bit and we'll see what happens. All right, guys. And I've been talking basically single-handedly for over 2.5 hours. So, yes, Dauntless Defense G2S, it's right here. It's taken me a little while, but I'm excited about that gun too. There's just so many things to cover. Gun rights things come up. By the way, what did you guys think of that video I put out? Not my video, but the story I was portraying, about that lady that saved her husband and her family with that AR-15. Tell me she's not an American freaking hero. That was so awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Like, I couldn't possibly do that story justice, but I wanted to report on it the best I could because for the most part, the mainstream media completely ignored it. So many people I talked to in real life. What'd you think about that lady in Florida that saved her family with the AR-15? They're like, what are you talking about? You mean someone killed someone? Yeah, she killed the bad guy. She saved her unborn child, her 11-year-old daughter, and her husband, who was getting hit so hard in the head he would have surely died. People are like, what are you even talking about? Yeah. Yeah. So. A Gerson Regard, yeah. I mean, not a bad gun. I've got a Beretta 92S, the one with the low magazine release, the surplus ones that have come in, Italian police trade-ins over the years. I got one of those. Thanks, David. I appreciate it, man. Glad you're looking forward to it. That's why I do the videos, hoping there's at least one person looking forward. And since David is, then I guess I'll keep doing videos, guys. Yeah, like Dex says, awesome to see our literal belief saving families. It really doesn't get any more awesome than that. Like Mateo said, who needs an AR? Apparently that lady did. Right on, for sure. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. I've had a lot of fun talking with you guys tonight. We had some stuff to think about that wasn't quite so fun, but we tried to have some fun and joke a little bit too tonight. So, yeah. I'm just taking one last peek at the comments here. Make sure I'm not missing anything at the last second. Dauntless Defense, the Regard and FDE. I have seen that gun. Pretty freaking cool. I don't have one, but I like them for sure. Yeah, nice to see some of the old faces pop back in here. Hope you guys are all doing good. And for some of the newer guys, really nice to see all of you. All of you have been fun to hang out with tonight for sure. Oh, man, I didn't get to say goodnight to Jeremy Wilson. I'm sure he's gone by now. Oh, well, I'll send him a text. All right, guys, good night. Nice seeing you guys. I'm going to go get another unsweetened iced tea, drink it up, and get ready for bed. So I appreciate it, guys. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Tree Guy, Adrian, 2A, Chuck Kaplan, Dex, Mateo, Dauntless, M4 Johnny, David, all of you guys. Orion, Cave Dave, kept you up past your bedtime. I am too, buddy. Thanks a lot. Rockford Ordnance, shout out again. Did not snub you on purpose last week, buddy. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.